did it.
Okay, we're good.
All right, cool. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and
Fuck.
It's too
Rest in
cool
peace, Scrooge.
in me.
Died as he lived.
Last time, in a bid to attract allies in the coming fight against Helm's Horde and Shuloth, you decided to work for the ominous entity known as Drasic.
Decided is not the right word.
The
We
job
all
was
did, and he didn't.
the job was to intercept a carriage moving from Mirabar to Daziborough, home to Venzion Dasi, a member of the Zentarum. Upon ambushing the wagon on the road, you found that 1, the passengers were not real people, 2, the cart was magically warded, and 3, it was being guarded by 2 vampire spawn. You secured the cart and found more trouble on your way back. Helmites on horseback seemed to be picking through an overturned cart, and with them were a number of people in chains, screaming lunatic nonsense. So you decided to turn around and head the other way. Here you found yet more Helmites, these ones burning people at the stake. You fixed that problem, sort of, by blowing them all up. As Brina was exploring the farm, she was visited by a strange man that flickered in and out of existence. He handed her a small brass key and a warning, then flickered out again. And that is where you are. It is nighttime. It's way too dark to wear these. And you are on the farmlands. What would you like to do?
So, should I go ahead and do the Dispel Magic?
You can if you would like.
Okay.
So
And
you
does
go up to the cart that is outside of the small farmhouse, and you can sense that there are 3 wards still on this. One of them broken by Ricky when he broke it.
Okay. So, I will cast Enhanced Ability on myself.
Yeah,
Give
Dylan.
myself advantage on wisdom checks.
Okay, so make a roll with your wisdom. What's it? The
Wisdom
magic.
modifier.
It's what's your magic ability modifier.
Okay, so
You're
wisdom
looking. Yeah.
with advantage. Okay, oh boy. 12.
So you go to dispel the magic. The circle starts appearing on one of the carts, and then your spell unfortunately fizzles.
Okay, so that one was
The
free.
rune recedes.
And you mean, wait, did it dispel it?
I don't
No.
think so. It says it physical.
Oh, okay. So can I do it again?
If you got the spell slots.
Okay, yeah, I have 3.
Okay.
Fuck. Do it again.
Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
Yes. This time, you on the back cart where there's just the one ward. You place your hand on it, and the sigil outlines again. And this time, it breaks and seems to be dispelled.
All right, and once more.
Once more again.
Fuck!
Wow,
Nice.
Dylan.
Jeez!
No, the other ward is disintegrated, and so that you don't have to use all your spell slots, I'll say that took out the other 2 on the other card.
Oh, thank you.
Well, one caster is supposed to be able to get rid of all of them. He makes separate checks for each one for each spell.
Well, that's how we're doing it.
Yeah.
So
So I will look
the
inside
cart
the
is no
cart.
longer warded. All right, 1 second, please. Okay, so you see that the tarps, these heavy tarps, are banded down to the side of the carts, which you're able to pull up easily enough. And inside are just on the back cart. You see 4 huge rotund barrels, and then a large chest made of iron in the back.
Okay. Is anyone else near me?
I don't know.
They-
You fucking did this right away.
It's up to you. Brina is out in like a barn right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm not there because I'm sort of flabbergasted.
Okay,
at what
so
I was
I'll just wait for people to like wake up or whatever.
No one has slept yet.
yeah,
this is
we're like
still-
in the thick of after.
This
Yeah,
is
we
night-
were like exploring the
nighttime.
house.
we just recently exploded a bunch of people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're all
And-
still
I think
up
you-
from that.
If memory serves me correctly, you guys told me to stay outside, so I'd probably be at least within shouting distance if you wanted to yell to me.
No.
Bjorn teleported outside to do his magic spell.
And for our spellcasters, you have not had a long rest yet, just so you know.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, I come back and I say, I look at fucking Bjorn, and I'm like, did you see that? Did you hear anything? Hear anything weird?
I say no. I was busy getting rid of these wards.
Say, great. I was just visited by some sort of ghost or like spectral thing. I think.
Interesting.
Booj, I'm gonna add a character. He said, I need to. He's coming and I need to stop him, and I need to go. I need to go back.
Yeah, you need to go back to stop him. You're the only one who can.
Okay.
You need to stop JFK.
I say, I think I have to go back to Neverwinter. I don't know, but I have to go somewhere. I got this.
I say,
key.
what's going on, Brina?
I was just visited by a fucking ghost. And as this is happening, I want to do a ritual cast of Identify on the key.
Oh, sure. Sure. The red magic of Identify courses through the key, and it's nothing special. It's just a normal copper or brass, rather, key.
Okay, do I recognize it at all?
No, it looks, it's like a dollar store key. It's not like ornate in any way. It's just simple. Just a simple key.
Someone is at the door.
Go get the door.
Booj out of character. We're getting the door.
Okay, very good. Very good.
We got Ding Dong ditched.
Yeah, I guess just real quick, I really don't know anything about what this thing said to me. I have no idea like where I need to go back to actually. Okay, yeah, so I'm like, well, I don't know. I was visited by a ghost. My whole life is ruined. I might have to go somewhere, and I don't know. And
I say, well, before you do that, do you want to help me look at what's in the cart?
I mean, we don't necessarily need to know what's inside of the cart, right? We just have to bring it back.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah. Well, just...
What happens if it's filled with ghosts or zombies?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, me too.
Zombies in the barrels.
Well, at the very least, I'll take a look. So I want to go and investigate the stuff and maybe cast Identify to see if there's any.
So seeing them out the
magic.
window, I fucking break through the window and go, "Don't touch that card! It's got a trap on it!"
I say, don't worry, Ricky. I've taken care of it.
Okay, what the
And you
fuck?
scratched yourself in window glass for no reason.
It's their fault.
Yeah. So you took off the back cart. Would you like to take off the tarp of the front cart?
Yes.
Okay. You take it off, and that one has no large chest, but it does have 6 huge barrels. These are like 5 foot tall.
Are they like
massive barrels.
metal barrels or wood barrels?
They're wooden. They're banded with iron.
Okay.
So I'm
And what
just
is
gonna.
the...
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. What does the top of the barrel look like?
It is sealed. Just it seems to be hammered in place, but something that could be pried open.
Okay.
I'm
Can
gonna
I...
knock on that barrel. What is this? Is it?
Yeah, there's no hollowness to it at all. It's like solid.
I say this could be filled with like dumb, horrible explosive liquid.
Yeah, what if it's like gunpowder?
Yeah, this is probably Dracix. He probably doesn't want us
Yeah.
blowing it up or something.
Why don't we just, put the tarp back over? At least we know it's not like a fucking dragon.
Alright.
That's nice.
Fit a dragon egg in a barrel.
It's a good point. Could be filled with dragon eggs. I don't know, but let's just leave it alone. We need to probably get the fuck out of here and get back to Dracix. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna go back down the road the other way?
I'd say we should go back.
Original way
My
we
guess
tried to
is-
go.
Well, wait.
What do you want?
wait.
What are we
You
gonna
want
do?
to go back the way we just ran from?
Well,
The only reason we ran was because there were Hellmite.
Yeah. We killed these Hellmites. We can keep going.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
prepared now. I have all my spells.
But we're going the wrong way. We're going to a different city.
We can go to any tavern and give the coin.
Yeah, but we still have to get this.
We shouldn't waste the coin.
We still have to get this thing back to.
Okay,
Bar.
so we'll go back the way we just ran from because we were afraid of going that way.
What else? I mean, we have to
Keep
bring
going
the cart
to the
back.
tavern. I thought that's what our plan was. That was our plan. just a few hours ago.
Well, for what it's worth, I wanted to fight the Hellmites. I didn't think they were any match for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the reason we ran because we weren't prepared.
Okay, let's go back. I feel Ricky feels like anything he ever says is not worth anything.
Well, we can definitely we can fight probably whoever is gonna come our way on the road, and we do need to get the cart. The whole point of this mission is to get the cart back to Mirabar.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's get ready. Let's get set up to go that way, I guess. But we do need to rest. So
Yeah, let's camp the night here, and then in the morning we can try to head back that way. And Ricky, if we wind up encountering more resistance than we, you can scout ahead for us, right? And you can keep an eye out, and if we see anything that we don't think we can handle, we can come back this way. We're only half a day away from Mirabar, so we're not going to lose too much time.
sounds good.
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
Okay, and so the layout of this farm, is it is there where is it in relation to the road? Is it all flat ground, or is it
No, it's rocky. There's some slight hills, but it's probably set back from the road probably about 300-400 feet. And there's some small plots of vegetables in front of it. The farmhouse itself is very tiny. And then there's a silo probably about 100 feet from the house, and a small barn that you're in is probably about 50 feet from the house.
Okay. Yeah, let's just make sure that we're all ready to fucking get up quickly. I'd say let's not sleep too far apart or anything like that. So that way, if we get fucking ambushed at this farm, which might be a terrible idea to sleep at. But yeah, let's do it.
There is a living room / dining room that is big enough to accommodate all of you. It's a one-floor farmhouse, but there is a cellar as well.
Okay. Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Okay. Would you like
We'll
to
take
move?
second watch.
Would you like to move the decapitated bodies of the former inhabitants
Yeah,
out of the living room?
Yeah, get those out of there. Throw them in the fucking meat closet.
You drag them out to the meat closet. Whatever that is. All right, so Bjorn, you're taking first watch.
Yes.
Okay. 1 second, please. All right, so you're all getting tucked in for the night, preparing your food to eat and stuff. Bjorn, where are you in regards to the house?
I guess I'll stand out in the porch, looking out over the land.
Sure. And it is pitch black, but you are, an elf. You make a perception check for me, please.
Sure. Do I still have enhanceability? Lasts for an hour.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Cool. 17.
Very good. You hear clip clopping somewhere in front of you. The sounds of a shoed horse, most likely.
Okay.
And you see coming down from about 400 feet down the road from where you came, you see a very small torch fire moving towards you.
Don't get caught up in the torch fire.
Does he seem to be coming towards me?
The torch fire seems to be moving towards you, yeah.
Okay. I will quickly go inside the house and rouse whoever's closest.
Okay. If everyone's staying in the living room, that would be everyone.
All right.
Cool. So I'll shake everybody awake and I tell them that I saw a torch fire coming towards the house.
Get up and ready myself.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go and take
Booge, do I still have -9 hit points? Is that permanent?
You currently still have the -9, yeah.
Cool.
So rouse up everyone.
Yeah.
And then I will turn into a panther and get stealthy.
Okay. Panther stealth.
Panther stealth.
What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna go out and take a peek. What's out there?
Can you please roll a perception check as well, Brina?
I'm gonna burn a couple first level spell slots to get sorcery points back. It's a bonus action, so it doesn't take any real time. It's just I'm stating that I'm doing it.
Right on. So you also hear the clip clop, and you see the torch pretty close to you now. And with a 16, I'd say you can see that there's some. You can hear the dangle of a chain, like.
Are they coming towards the house?
Seems to be.
Okay. For like cut towards the house from the road.
Yeah, on this kind of like broken cobblestone path that leads up.
Okay. Yeah. Then I fucking. Yeah. Then I guess I'll ready fucking alchemical fire and tell everybody else to be wary. Like, cause.
Okay.
How far away from the house are they?
Right now, probably in the range of 100 feet.
Okay, can I get stealthy and try to look at them?
Sure. Well, make a stealth check. Not great. Okay. You want to move towards them?
Yeah.
Okay. So you start to crawl through like the potato plants and such.
Potatoes, is Droop there?
Yeah. You get up closer, and you get up close enough that you can see the horse, and you can see the rider has a. You can see it because she's holding a torch that it's kind of gleaming off of some plate armor, and it does have a symbol of helm on it on the chest. And tied to the horse is a chain, which leads to a neck-bound person at the end of it.
Okay.
And that person is covered in tattered robes, but on the front of the robes, you can see a blank scroll symbol.
Okay.
Oh.
Is everyone else like watching this happen?
And when you get to there, you see the rider stop, and she's looking directly at you.
All right. I'll turn into normal form.
Okay.
And I will treat with her.
All right. The rider gets off the horse and starts walking in the opposite direction. Not the opposite direction, but kind of vertically to you, not looking at you any longer.
She's walking away from me?
Yep. She seems to be walking towards like the edge of the house, like where the barn is.
Okay, I'll call out to her.
What would you like to say?
I say,
Hail!
What business do you have here?
She doesn't respond.
Okay.
Okay. He continues walking towards the house and the barn.
What does the prisoner look like?
Out of his mind. Old. There's some like white foam coming at the corner of his mouth, and bad shape, tattered.
Okay.
You can make a religion check for me if you want.
Sure.
No,
Yeah,
I don't want to make a check.
Yeah, that blank scroll is the symbol of Ogma.
Yeah.
If you had to guess, this is one of the crazies.
I guess I'll just like watch this woman walk towards the house and like follow her. I'll stay like 30 feet behind her, I guess.
Okay. She continues right up to the center of the house, and now she starts looking through the windows.
Is she like standing in front of all of us?
Yeah,
if
I thought the rest of us were standing in front of the house, or are we in the house?
Where would you like to be?
I'd say in front of the house.
Yeah.
You want to be in front of the house? Okay.
Yeah.
So she walks kind of up to in front of you, and she's just holding the torch. I'd like everyone to make a perception check for me.
And do.
Hoo-ha. That got him.
25.
Yeah, both Ricky and Dove. You notice there's something weird about this woman. You only catch it in flickers in the firelight, but it seems like her skin doesn't fit right. on her body, and she kind of walks with an odd gait. She stops, emotionless, it seems, in front of you guys, and then just turns and starts walking towards where the cart is.
I'll say, can I help you again?
No response.
Okay, I'll follow her.
Okay. She gets about within 20 feet of the cart.
I'll motion for everyone else to come.
Fucking Taurus cuts her in two. Says no.
You want to attack her?
If she's gonna touch the cart, I would say Taurus fucking
Oh yeah,
chops her.
I want to wait to see what she does.
Well, Taurus doesn't wait. Taurus cuts her in two.
Okay.
Make
Yeah,
an
that
attack
sounds like
roll
a
for
Taurus thing to
Yeah. Let's see. Attack. Where's his weapon?
Is at this point that she's getting close to the cart, I assume the chained up guy is still
18.
18 will hit.
some plate armor.
Isn't that what?
Seems it's just like a breastplate.
Oh.
I'm gonna re-roll that one.
Yeah, reroll that one.
How do I re-roll that one?
/R space D6.
Like you knowing Marley's character.
Oh no! Still one more damage.
Yeah. All right, so what is that total?
13.
13. All right, 1 second, please.
Who's this HP reference brought to us by Kyle?
So,
Fuck.
when you Taurus just runs at her and makes a large slash with his frost sword.
Frost.
The knight just kind of stops for a second and then gets back up, and she tosses the torch onto the thatched roof of on top of the house. When she turns around, actually, she would still not really move or do anything, but you can see that she's holding onto the chain with the crazy guy on it. Drops it to the ground, and the crazy guy starts like moving strangely towards Ricky.
Okay.
When she throws the torch, can I cast Mage Hand to try to catch it?
Sure.
I do that.
Okay. How much can a mage hand carry?
I think up
like
to
10
5 pounds.
Okay. Just make
Yeah,
it
10 pounds.
So yeah, as it's flying through the air, this hand just kind of grabs it and now is just like holding it in the middle of the air.
You walking toward me?
Yeah, so there's this Ogmite, follower of Ogma, just shambling towards you, like just muttering like.
Does he have any weapons?
His hands are bound.
I guess I just casually walk behind everyone else.
I glance at Ricky and look at this guy and tell him, come no further or we'll be forced to attack you.
He starts walking towards you now. And then can you make a perception check, Dove?
I sure can. Ooh, almost a 19.
Yeah, hard to make out in the dark of the night. He is shambling towards you, probably within 10 feet now.
Gosh, I wish I had hold person.
I'll cast Entangle.
All right. Write that spell out, please.
Yes, sir. He needs to make a strength save.
To beat what?
15.
Dylan's
Alright.
conjuring a bunch of weed.
He gets 16.
Oh,
I apologize, but he like
It's
does
still
a
difficult
fit
terrain.
and what's that?
It's still difficult terrain, so he moves slow.
Okay. He's probably within about 5 feet of you, Dove.
Yeah, I start stepping back, probably behind Taurus or Ricky or whoever is tankier than me. That's
I'm
nearby.
already behind you.
All right. All
This guy's
right. I pull out my quarterstaff and I try to trip him.
Okay, make a
There are rules for this, but I don't remember
Oh.
them.
make a dexterity check. Or make an attack roll with the staff.
Good luck with that.
Amazingly, even though he's twitching and kind of being weird, he just kind of hops over the stick.
Can I try to trip him with my quarterstaff?
Sure.
This is great.
Wow.
12. Yeah, that'll do it. It trips him. and he face plants into the rocky dirt.
Can I grab him and try to tie his legs up?
Sure.
I want to look over at the Hellmite on horseback. What's she doing?
She is on the ground. She hasn't been on horse since she saw Bjorn. But
I thought she was still okay. So she got off.
She got off the horse. She's just kind of.
Does she seem to be
staring.
bleeding?
Yeah, a little bit. But she's just staring at Taurus currently as this crazy man is walking towards Dove.
I want to use.
Or sorry, walking. I would imagine that Bjorn kind of interposes himself to try to.
I want to try to tie his legs together.
Okay.
I'll use my mage hand to bring the torch over closer to her. Is she? How far away from us is she?
From you, she is about 20 feet.
Okay, so yeah, I can move the mage hand within range.
Yeah.
And I want to get it like close to her face to see what she looks like, and say, Taurus, do you notice anything wrong with this one?
Does she? I look her up. Does she have a sword? Does she like wield it?
Yes, she does.
Like
it is
a
hilted. It's a hilted sword. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, fucking lady, you're gonna hurt yourself, and then he fucking grabs at her sword. To throw
Okay,
it.
goes for the grab. In the meantime, I'd like Bjorn to make a grapple check to try to tie this guy down, and
That's
Dove make a
athletics.
perception. Athletics. And Dove make a perception check to try to see what's up with.
I'll help.
Lady.
I'll
Oh,
try to
baby.
help
Ooh.
Bjorn.
That's 3.
Dylan, you are on fire tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
Got a lot of 20s. To be
So
So you
honest.
go to hog tie this guy, right? And
You do it with one hand while juggling in the other hand.
yeah. And you notice you bring out your rope and you start like wrapping around. You flip him over, and now you're close enough to notice that something in the center of his chest, buried into the center of his chest. It's a large red gem.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
And as soon as you start tying it up, he explodes. I need.
Oh Jesus.
This is gonna hurt.
Actually, it's just Dove and Bjorn to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Ah.
I'm okay at that.
All right.
Very good, very good. You both saved.
I'll take it.
So I need these guys over here.
Use guys here.
Got my dice ready. So you only take 6 points of fire damage each.
All right, I can allow
This
that.
Augmite blows into bits in a blast that kind of lights up the night. During that, now that the torch is closer to this lady, you can see, all of you can see that, yeah, like her skin's kind of like tight and slawing in places where it shouldn't be.
So she looks like that guy from Men in Black.
Yeah. And in fact, as the explosion happens, the knight's head lolls backwards and her jaw opens up as wide as it can. And then it cracks and opens even wider like a snake.
I cast Hold Person.
Emerging from her mouth are long, slimy tentacles that writhe about in the air. And her scalp splits in half and reveals a smooth octopus-like head with beady eyes. And I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Oh my god.
And do not roll it yet, actually, because you have tokens you can click on. Sorry.
Okay. There I am.
Oh my god.
Dylan, don't bother with hold person. It's not a person.
Yeah, I guess not.
Well, actually, I guess if it is a mind flayer, that's wicked rad because I love mind flayers. But
I don't
This
want to
was
get
the
my
guy-
brain.
I was
This
getting
was-
the impression that it was like a giant, like snake demon.
This was the crazy guy that blew up, just saying. And I made you a new token for your dinosaur scooter, Pete.
All right, cool.
It looks great.
Oh,
A
fuck
shiny new scooter.
Kyle, don't forget to roll for Taurus.
18.
I can't control him.
I'll get him. Hold on a second. You should have control now. So it's Ooh, okay. Okay. Is that everyone? Yes, I think that's everyone. So, I'll wait till I get back.
No reason to know that, though. Remember, the rule is the game is your character.
You like this farmhouse?
Looking very good. Where do the fuck do you just get like a picture of this farm road and then put the house on top of it?
No, this is a full. Someone made this. I just took the whole map. Besides the cart.
I see.
Anybody need a beer while we get set up for this combat?
Yes, please.
Oh, thank you.
You can get it yourself, Dylan. You're closer than I am.
Wow, thanks, Brandon.
You're welcome.
I'm ready to fucking jam.
All right. Is everyone here?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, cool. In Bjorn, you hear in your mind, "Give me the cart and go away."
I say never.
Fine. You see these long purple hands reach up to its head, and it closes its eyes. And you can see the air in front of you kind of start pulsing. I need Taurus, Bjorn, and Dove to make, and actually Bara, to make intelligence saving throws.
my God.
The construct is immune to things like that, I think.
It is not a charm.
Oh.
I rolled real bad.
All right.
Is it casting a spell?
No.
Okay. Because it is a mind flayer. Mind flayers don't really do
From
that.
its mind, you feel this burst of psychic energy wash over you, and immediately it's like the worst headache you've ever had, the worst migraine times a lot. Dove and Ricky, you were actually not in that blast range.
Oh, great.
But
So-
I rolled for Taurus. That was a Taurus roll.
Oh, it's a Taurus roll? Okay.
Yeah.
So Taurus and Dove, you take 22 psychic damage.
Wait, I thought you just said that I wasn't in range.
Sorry, I meant Ricky. I don't know what I said.
No, you said Ricky's not.
Yeah, Ricky's not in range.
It's Bjorn.
You are in range.
What about...
Me, Dove, is in range.
Yes.
Okay. How much damage?
22 psychic.
All right.
And you
And I
are
take
stunned.
11.
You are stunned for 1 minute.
Okay. Wow. That's... Wow.
And you will take half of the damage, and you are not stunned, Bjorn.
11 damage.
Yes, 11 damage, and you are not stunned.
Good.
The creature will put its hands down again and says, "Give me the cart and walk away."
Wait, did it hit, I think it hit,
Oh, what'd you get? Yeah. So Bara takes 22 psychic damage and is stunned.
The scooter, I would say, fizzles out and sort of frowns if it can and keels over.
Hits the dirt.
It is dead.
Ricky, it is your turn. You see your friends grabbing their head and like, screaming. Okay.
Okay. I guess I'm attacking. That's what we do. We attack here. I'm gonna attack with my nunchucks.
All right.
But I will be using the balance of power.
Oh, really?
Undead? Oh yeah.
Harvest
You look
the
undead?
balance.
He does not look undead.
All right. Yeah. Then I fucking
Bring
hit
this
him.
up again.
He doesn't look
So-
undead yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna succeed on a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Ooh, he rolled a natural 20. So, but
Ooh.
still roll 2d10 plus Wisdom modifier, and he'll take half of that.
Wait, what's the DC of the saving throw, Kyle?
Let me get my sheet. PDF. Keep it up.
It's a 13.
Okay, then never mind. I won't. Oh wait, I can't take reactions. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Okay, I will stop. Hold on. I like opened a bunch of windows. Weird. Okay.
Nice.
So, 2d10.
Plus your Wisdom mod.
Wisdom, which is 3. All right, 17.
Okay. What's half of that? That's
I'll round it up or down.
8.
rounded down 8. So the spectral claws close together around him, crushing him a bit, and yes, you'll gain 8 temporary hit points.
Hey, I'm only down to -1 temporary
Sick.
hit points now.
So those were the -9 were off your total. Temporary hit points are a different pool, so you can add the 8. You have 8 temporary hit points minus 9
Permanent.
actual hit points.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Weird. Okay, well.
And there
Very
is
weak.
there is some blood streaming down this creature's face, and you see its tentacles just at you, like trying to reach for you.
All right. So what? How does that? What kind of action was that?
That would be your attack action.
All right. Well, then I will disengage.
Okay.
Action. How
You
far?
do a backflip out of its way.
We got 20, so I can go. To here.
Okay. He'll turn its attention back to the dwarf.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that was strange. I'll kill
Brina.
this one now.
It is your turn, Brina.
Okay, fucking, what are we looking at here? What's my speed? Brina doesn't have a speed. It's 25. I know what it is. Brina's just gonna fucking walk up to here.
Whoa, that's gutsy.
She's gonna
Okay.
Walk up and say, "Hey, we fuck you," and I cast alchemical acid.
All right.
So
What do you cast?
alchemical acid.
Oh,
So
nice.
that might be the damage. But yeah, it's a dexterity save versus DC 16.
First 10,
For 16.
16. Okay. He will make the save with a 19 on die.
Okay.
Fuck, I can't take reactions. Dang it.
Okay, cool. Then I do nothing, and then I shout at him. I say, "Come on over here, buddy."
He will turn to you and telepathically say, "Give me the cart and go away."
Hey, I'm not gonna give you the cart, honey.
All right.
Standing gnome.
Dove, at the end of your turn, you can make another saving throw to try to get out of this stun.
Intelligence?
Yes. Ooh,
Sufficient.
and you need a 15.
If only I could use my bend luck.
So you are just shaking in horror
Yeah.
at this thing, and then
Can I mumble?
scream. Probably a little bit.
Yes. So I mumble for sure. I definitely mumble.
I run over to you. I waste my next turn to run over to
Taurus.
Taurus. Fucking so
He's
intelligent.
getting ready to tear ass.
He thinks about it,
Taurus.
and he does not think about it hard enough.
Oh my
No, he
god!
does not. He's just standing there with his pipe.
Yeah.
Beorn.
All right. I will make some motions with my hands, and then I'll throw my head back and howl at the moon.
Okay.
You see two wolves come out of the cornfield.
Yeah, Dylan.
Two dire
I know that.
wolves.
I know that Hearthstone card.
Wolf friends.
Conjure animals. Okay.
Dylan.
Do you have tokens, or should I just like make a drawing?
I don't just have wolf tokens on hand.
Alright,
I
so
have
I'll
two
just-
crazy little people.
I can
Should I
actually
just
hold
draw
on. I
out?
actually might have wolf tokens on hand. Hold on.
Okay.
If you use crazy.
This is why summoners suck. Let's see. Where would that be? That'd be here. That'd be here. That'd be tokens. Let's see. Tokens.
I probably should have told you beforehand. Sorry.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah. It's fine. I'm sure we'll accumulate a back. Okay, we have a winter wolf here. That'll work.
All right, that's good enough.
Wait, but it's not a winter wolf. It's a regular wolf.
Boop-a-doop.
They're
2 of them?
large. Yeah,
They're large. Okay.
not huge.
I know. That's just how it came up.
wolves. Huge fucking wolves.
Boop.
Two wolves.
Where are they?
Those are
I
very
want to
large.
put them near the mind flayer, like one here, one here.
You don't know he's a flayer of mines.
Yeah, all of you have never seen anything like this at this moment, at least,
Oh,
without
yeah.
thinking, or at least Bjorn's never seen anything like this.
Yeah, I definitely have not. And then I roll initiative for them.
Yes, you do.
Should be d20 plus 2, 7.
Okay, I have to add them to the turns then.
So they go right after me.
Okay, 7. Descending.
And I'm also going to
Okay.
move away.
Okay,
What is this circle here? Is that like just part of the map?
it's just a part of the map. It's
Okay.
nothing. It's not there. It's a nothing.
Whoa.
Seems suspicious, Booge.
I'll move
with,
here.
with the evil runes up there too, being targeted from orbit.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
All right, is that all you are doing?
Yeah. So do they go next?
No, I don't think.
They got a 7.
Okay. No,
That's all
I don't
right.
think. I don't think they would. That's kind of weird, right?
yeah.
it's
Because
weird.
they have like summoning sickness, right?
Yeah, exactly. It
They're
makes
like,
sense for
whoa,
them
what's
to-
going on? Where am I?
No.
Because if they got a higher number, they wouldn't go right away. They'd actually have to
Exactly.
wait again. So
Yeah.
Right.
Correct. All right.
Fair enough.
So the creature now, with its tentacles, looks towards Taurus, and it lashes out with its tentacled mouth.
he mumbles.
So here's the thing: he has advantage on this because he is stunned.
Oh, well,
So
good for him.
yeah, he's gonna hit with a 19 on the dice.
Yeah, there
Those
is-
are some rolls. You got some.
The
Bjorn rolls.
tentacles wrap around his face.
Hmm.
Taurus takes 15 psychic damage,
His brain's gonna get munched.
and he is grappled
I
as
didn't
well
take
as
enough.
stunned.
Hold on. Sorry. Okay.
And you all just
Grappled
see
and
see these tentacles grapple around his head and start pulling him in towards the creature.
Mm. Mm.
And that's all that creature is going to do. Ricky,
For now.
what would you like to do?
All right. I scream because I've never seen something so fucking scary in blue. I'm gonna fucking
Is there music?
run and leap behind him. Yes, there's fucking awesome music right now.
It's quiet though.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to slide and hit him with a sneaking nunchaku attack.
Hoya!
Hurrah!
Yeah, Ricky, get him.
22.
Yes, that'll hit.
This will be the amount of damage he took from it.
That would be
Yes,
20.
9/11.
Oh,
All right, JFK.
Minus 20.
You remind him about 9/11.
You bash him in the back of his octopoid head, and it kind of crunches in a little bit. And you're
I'm like,
not
"Don't
sure if it's
talk with your
from
mouth."
Taurus or from the monster, but something, girl.
Yeah, and then I punch him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing you can do for free.
Unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Stricky.
Punch that.
After the cool slide, I fucking go for a cool kick.
Punch
Okay.
him in the tentacles.
Only 1d4.
Are you sure it's a cool kick? Why not like just an okay kick?
It's a
You
Ricky
don't have to.
did
You
it.
don't have to show your whole hand right away. You know.
Because that's
I-
Ricky.
That's a good point.
Ricky always gives
Ricky
a-
always plays with an open hand.
Yeah. Unopened palm strike, you mean?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alright.
Roundhouse. Do you want some pound cake?
So what is it?
It'd
Plus
be
my
one-
wisdom.
Plus your dex. It'd be 1d4 plus your dex plus your
7.
plus your dex. 7. Very good.
No.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kick him in the back, and you can hear some kind of crunching of bone somewhere and down in there.
Fucking punching bag in this guy. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right. Brinia.
Okay, I yell to Bjorn. I say, I can't heal anybody right now. I need you to help out, I think. And then I'm going to step up right upside the mind flayer and then say, hey, fucko, eat acid. I'm gonna
Eat my ass, Sid. Ooh, good roll.
Chemical acid again.
Dex save. Ooh, I think he'll fail that actually with a 5.
16. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Good
He
thing,
eats
because he takes 6 whole
fucking
damage.
Smash!
You
All right,
break
yeah,
it down
you-
like he's a fucking it's like
You see, you
Inside.
break it over its head, and you can start to see it's like dripping down and burning in spots, and it's leaving holes, and it's starting to remind you of your encounter with Shuloth, who had the many holes kind of all around his cephalopod-like head.
Okay.
But when you say eat this, he says, "I'm already having my meal."
Also, he's about to die.
I like this guy.
Taurus is about to die. Anyway,
All right, Dove.
No.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do it.
Wait, Dove, don't you have one of the potions that what's your name made?
You do. It hasn't been.
Yes.
You have.
You gave one to Taurus and you gave one to you.
You can crush it and use in touch, and it's a touch spell, so you could use it.
All right,
Well,
Taurus.
all the same, I didn't have an action this
you
round.
can make your intelligence save.
All right, he will try.
You will try.
Good with his zeros.
Not enough.
I can't bend luck for
And
that either,
As,
because I can only
as
add 4.
Taurus, you can feel. You can't see anything anymore. It's just wrapped with slimy tentacles, and you can start to feel something boring into the back of your skull.
Fuck.
All right, well,
Oh my god.
dude. Wonder what happens when Taurus gets knocked out with this. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yes, you will find out.
Unless one of you can heal.
Bjorn, it's your turn.
Okay, I will cast Healing Word on Taurus.
All right.
There. I'll cast it at level 3.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Huzzah.
Sam.
12 healing.
12.
Yay.
12.
12.
And then
How much HP does Taurus have?
Right now?
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
Is that plus 12 or 20 after?
No, it's about now he's going to have 32.
And then I will cast Frostbite on the monstrosity. He needs to make a Constitution save.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Wait,
4 big
is
ones.
Frostbite a cantrip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 7, so he'll fail.
Fuck
He
yeah.
gets 4 cold damage and has disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Okay.
What
How much
about
cold
his
damage?
Fish
4.
suction roll.
4.
That's a good ass cantrip.
Yeah, dude. That's why I took it.
All right.
Turn to any animal, can shoot anything. Call him Bjorn.
The creature's looking pretty rough. The wolves now stand astride him.
The dogs.
I order my wolves to tear his throat out.
All right.
They get advantage because of pack tactics.
Yep.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Dylan!
So D20,
Look at you strategerating.
20 plus 5.
Nice.
13.
13, eh?
Don't they have advantage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those 2 were the first roll,
Oh,
and those 2 were the
uh,
second roll. So a 13 and a 17.
17 will hit. 13 will.
Ooh.
Okay.
Those
So
are no
we
good.
take 2d6 plus 3, and he needs to make a strength save.
He rolled a natural 20.
10 damage.
10. He's looking very rough. Wolves bite pieces out of him.
Yay.
All right, so here's where we see what happens.
Uh-oh.
Taurus, know your brain.
He does not have advantage. He is now rolling flatly because he had advantage because Taurus is stunned, but now he has
Yay.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Normalized damage, yay.
Roll normal. You norm.
Wait,
He
I
rolled,
thought...
he rolled a 2.
Yay.
After all those 20s and 19s, I think he deserves it.
So 9 does not beat it, but Taurus now feels this thing just pounding into the back of his skull, and he can feel the back of his
Wait,
skull
what did he roll?
cracking open. A 2.
He rolled a 2 and it's... Fuck, okay.
2 plus 7. He can feel something, doing that, and he can feel teeth grinding into the skull.
Ow.
It's not pleasant.
Yeah. Taurus is mumbling.
You don't say.
All right.
Taurus continues to mumble. How much does it do damage? Or is it just...
It does not because he missed. You're very lucky it didn't.
He missed in his mouth.
All right. Ricky, you are...
Alright, seeing that, I'm going to strike him.
All right. Do it.
Kotaku Blast.
Is this a actually, if I do this in a better order, I'm fucking kind of slink away, and I'm like, yeah, I guess this is over. Nice, but oh my god!
All right.
The element of
That'll
surprise.
miss.
That's a fucking nightmare.
He just puts up this gauntleted hand behind him and blocks you from him.
Okay, well, is that all I can do?
Could you use a bonus action to disengage?
Was I engaged with him? I guess I was engaged with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I used a bonus action. Okay. Yeah,
You
that's all I
can.
got.
I'll say. I mean, if you weren't intending that, you were.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So
you
then
have
I'll
your
do
bonus action.
a palm strike.
All right.
I fucking look in my fucking awesome hand, and I like feel the fucking power that is Ricky Lightning.
All right.
It's supposed to be +2.
So 14.
Yeah.
14 will miss by 1.
Fuck. Okay. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
15 with a breastplate. All right. Brina, you are next to this 7-foot tall aberration. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna motherfucking cast that chemical acid again.
Okay.
DC 16. First DC 16.
That he will fail.
Great. He takes 9 alchemical acid damage.
All right. At this point, he is his head is mostly melting away. You can see some brain matter kind of falling out from the back. This purplish kind of dissolving stuff.
Okay.
What you do not know.
I think he's almost dead.
Oh, I thought you meant from Taurus's head.
No,
That would have been much worse news.
You see, so what you see of Taurus is just his head wrapped in tentacles, and you see blood just pouring down his breastplate.
Gotcha.
And Dove is up.
There's a part of me that wants to cast suggestion to just get him to leave Taurus alone,
You can't
but
cast
I think
suggestion on a fucking mind flayer.
why not? They're
I
highly
would
intelligent,
recommend
not necessarily
killing.
wise.
Pro tips.
They're pretty wise.
Pro tip.
I guess I'm just gonna firebolt and hope that it kills him.
Yeah, man.
Is there anything else that I can do here?
2 firebolts. 4 firebolts. Lightning bolt.
Multi-cast.
Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. Yeah, we're just gonna firebolt this dude.
All right.
That's good.
That will miss.
Well, I know. Thanks, Booge.
Crashes.
Don't need you to rub it in.
Ground.
Well, this is a problem.
All right.
And I'm gonna move over here in case he wants to fucking blast my ass again.
Taurus, make a save.
Yay!
Oh, it's
All
a
right.
but you got it. You are
Yeah.
Thank
awake.
God.
Great. I'm screaming.
Now you're just.
Yeah. I guess actually you were awake the whole time. You're just stunned. Now you've fully realized the horror of the situation.
Wake up with a mouthful of tentacles.
Yeah. All right, Bjorn.
Okay, I will cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Taurus.
Okay.
For 9 healing.
Druidic magic heals some of his wounds.
And Frostbite once again. Con save.
Con save.
I get a
Yeah.
9. So.
He will fail that with a 6.
So 6 and disadvantage.
6 points of damage.
Yes.
So how would you like to kill this mind flayer with your
Fuck!
frostbite?
God.
That fucking
I'll
flame
say-
mind.
I'll say your kind has no place in the natural world, and I will encase his head in ice, and his tentacles will freeze solid and then just crumble into dust.
Nice, Dylan.
When they do crumble, you can see this proboscis inside the tentacled mouth that was trying to bore into the back of Taurus's skull also crack and fall away. and you see Taurus stumble forward, just gushing blood from the back of his head. And the rest of the body of the creature falls over, dead.
I say, holy shit! And I rush over and I hand Taurus a healing draft.
All right, how much is that? Let's heal up.
Take 2d8.
It's 3d8.
You guys can decide what you want to do. I need to take a piss.
I immediately fall to one knee. I'm probably bleeding pretty heavily.
I'm fine.
I'm gonna.
Oh, how good for you!
I'm gonna go and.
I have 3 hit points.
I'm gonna go and hand you a healing draft then.
Didn't you already healing draft me? No, you definitely didn't, because I haven't taken damage up till now.
Great. Then
Great, healing draft me. I suck it down.
You can
I
roll
sniff it up.
I give it to you. You can roll 3d8.
Oh, great. Plus any mods or just 3d8?
Yeah, just 3d8.
I bring our boy to
that
bed.
sucks.
I do a medicine.
Look,
check
that's
for-
almost half my hit points, so I'll take it.
I know, right? That would be half my hit points right now. I have minus almost. I have -9 actually. So
What was that thing?
fucking awful.
A death octopus. I don't know. I'm gonna fucking.
The fucking Shuloth's twin brother.
Shuloth, my own brother!
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking.
As Dove, I say, I've never seen anything like that before. What? I've never seen any manner of creature with an octopus for a head. I'm gonna roll
whatever it
Arcana
is.
once Booch comes back to see.
I'm
if I
like,
actually
are you
have seen
kidding me? It's
anything
just
like
an octopus head monster. We've seen a
Right.
slime monster. Like,
it. Booch,
never
can I
saw
roll
that
Arcana? Do I know anything about Mind Flayers?
Go ahead.
I love rolling Arcana to see if I know anything about.
I'm gonna
Mind
pat my
Flayers.
wolves and tell them good job.
yeah, do we just have wolves now?
For an hour.
Can I ride them?
Yeah, you can try.
Okay, I ride them.
So, Dove, yeah, in some of your research or some of your studies, you do know of the Illithid, who are a type of creature that typically lives in the Underdark in kind of communal clusters.
Do I know anything about the Elder Brain?
Probably not. It's a little
Okay.
too advanced for you.
That's
But you do know that mind flayers like to suck the brains out
Yeah.
of victims to feed on their thoughts.
After drinking the healing draft that Brina gave me, I get up and I snap my fingers and walk over and say, I remember now. I've read about this once. It's called an Illithid. It's some sort of creature from the Underdark that, and I gesture to the back of Taurus's head and say they try to bore into your head and eat your brains.
I say clearly. I start digging through this.
His brain?
This soldier husk and see if there's anything else strange on him.
So you notice
On
that
her.
he is wearing. Yeah, so there are bits of kind of skin. It seems like he was kind of wearing a skin mask of some sort.
Okay.
But that whoever that was is not alive anymore.
Mm.
But he is covered in like this kind of in armor. But when you start unbuckling it, you notice that it's this kind of lithe, slippery, slimy, purplish body underneath it.
Okay. Hey, it's a fucking skin suit. He's wearing a skin suit. That's disgusting. What time is it? I look into the sun
Late.
or the moon.
It is probably 11 or 12 o'clock at night.
Did I get any rest from that long rest?
That was not a
No.
long rest. I don't.
That was
I
not a
think
long
it's,
rest.
I think it's time to go to bed.
All right, I say, should we continue resting?
Yeah. Let's. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'll also finish up. I'll do the second watch if no one else is doing it.
I'll leave my wolves to guard the house for however much time is left.
Okay. It's like
I want to take a look at the Illithid corpse. Can
45
I
minutes.
can I glean anything from it by giving it a thorough once over? Is there anything that I can maybe supplement my knowledge of them? I guess specifically looking at like their tentacles, can I discern any sort of weakness or elemental affinity that they might have, or spell affinity, or cough psionics?
Yeah, so you in like looking over you've actually never seen one in real life,
Right.
so you're just like, oh, like it's
Yeah.
weird. But in your studying, you do know that they do not generally practice magic, but they do use their immense psionic ability to hurt people's minds and control them sometimes and do nasty shit like that.
Do I know it specifically to be psionics and that it is separate from magic?
Yeah, you know it's separate from magic. Like
Okay.
psionics, at least in the way I run the world, it's not something that everyone knows about. It's not like oh yeah, the mystic up the road,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Like it's something that it's this weird thing. No one knows much about it. I'll stick with magic, you know, like that kind of thing.
But at the very least, I know it to function separately. Like the rules of magic don't apply to psionics.
Correct.
Okay. I share that with everyone and let them know that all hope abandoned, ye who enter here. Anything
say
you
if
thought you
these-
knew about magic no longer applies.
I'm like, I don't know shit about magic.
Well, good. Then you're on the same level as the rest of us, Ricky. Excuse me, Master Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
But
you
with that
also-
said,
You
Oh, go
probably
ahead.
also know that some people, the like mind flayers or illithids, are rumored to not even be of this planet. They may have came here a long time ago from somewhere else.
blah.
Yay, ooh. Killed an
Say-
alien, that's bad luck.
Helm's Horde is using these things. Imagine what other kind of horrors they have.
Well, I mean,
Well,
how-
It
that's-
could be that these things are using Helm's Horde, not the other way around. It could be that they see the turmoil going on in our world, and if they're truly from another planet, it could be that they are trying to take this opportunity to become bolder and start attacking our world. Or maybe
It's
they are to
true.
blame for the spell plague, or not the spell
Yeah.
plague, the
Godspan.
Godsbane.
He
Yeah.
didn't seem very willing to explode. Seemed like that was not her choice.
Did anyone?
Well-
The squid.
did-
All the same, I'm feeling quite under the weather, and I could use some rest. I don't know about the rest of you.
I go,
Until-
yep, and I jumped through, dived through the window, I broke through.
Make an acrobatics check.
All right, finally.
What does guy
Finally,
got
the
to do
DM's
to make it
forcing me
fucking...
to roll a die. Plus 10 to acrobatics. I hate you, Kyle.
So you definitely roll over the shards of glass that would normally touch you.
Hop, hop, hop!
Up, up.
Oh my god.
So, to everyone, I say, well, it told me that it wanted the cart, so obviously this thing might have some sort of tie-in with the fucking... I can't remember their name.
Zentarum.
The Zentarum.
Well, considering Drasic is a creature we've never seen before, and this is a creature we've never seen before, I'm more inclined to believe that the two of them are allied.
Well, I mean,
You think the squid is?
Absolutely. All right, we've dealt with I'm sure you've heard stories of the Zentarum. They're not otherworldly monsters. They're just tough guys. They're a mafia, you know? It's not like they're going to show up and all of a sudden be aliens. It seems
Well,
more
it
likely
doesn't
that
seem
the
that
creature
they-
that we've never seen before, Drasic, is more likely to be allied with the other creature we've never seen before. This
Well, then
illithid.
why would he ask us to get the cart, not his cool blue friend?
yeah, that's actually...
Because he thinks that we're fleeing with the cart, and he sends the illithid to get it back from us.
I think you're making some reaches here, but
I
Could
think
be
that it's just
possible.
as reasonable that it works for Drasic as it does that it works for the Zentarum. We have no reason to believe either of those things.
good point.
There's
reason to
no
believe
basis
either.
for either of those to be true.
Well, you
And
have
logic
to-
tells me that this thing, we
Your
just don't know
logic.
enough to draw any conclusions about it.
Sure,
You are 19.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Everybody go to bed. Anyone who hasn't had a healing draft, I give them one.
How
and
it's 8 hours until you can be affected by a healing draft again, or just a long rest?
long rest.
Okay.
Long rest, and I have like a little spoon, and I make everybody like walk up to me and like open their mouth, and I shove it down the throat.
You're totally momming it.
Yes.
You're not missing school tomorrow. Take the fucking medicine.
Yeah. Exactly.
I have
And
a spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down.
so I give everybody the medicine, and then I fucking chill out. And
Alright.
while I'm chilling out, actually, I'm going to start working on fixing my fucking mechanical construct
You sure are.
because it's been completely destroyed.
Yes. I'm so glad I got you that new token just so you would not use it.
Yeah. So, if the servant is killed, it can be returned to life via normal means, such as revivify. In addition, over the course of a long rest, you can repair the slain servant if you have access to its body. It returns to life with 1 hit point at the end of the rest.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
So you bring in the remains of Bara and start banging out the dents. Start trying to pull out the wires that have blown, the fuses that have blown and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can spend your long rest doing that if you'd like.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
All right, who will take watch?
I will.
Okay, you're out back on the porch.
Me and my wolves.
Porch Bjorn with I can imagine you just sitting like on
In my rocking chair.
Yeah, in a rocking chair with a banjo and your two wolves
nice.
just like laying next to you. They're just fucking huge.
Nice
Dang, 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 dang.
Warm out
All
today.
So you'll take first watch. All right. So your watch passes through midnight into the early hours of the morning, and you see no more activity on the road. Just a gentle breeze at night.
Right.
Who would like to
I
take
look
second?
wistfully at the moon.
It's huge. That's it. It's just huge. Who would like to take second watch?
These wolves.
Anybody?
So I can't because I'm fixing my robot.
Yeah.
Unless it's okay. Unless I can do a lot of things while I'm on
I'd say
a long
that
rest.
yeah, you probably should spend time fixing your robot.
Okay.
Robot.
Taurus, Ricky.
I said I'll do it.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I didn't hear you say that. Sorry.
So you take over porch watch, and yeah, you don't see any activity on the road. You hear rustling in the woods around you sometimes, but it could just easily be a deer as something that's a threat,
Or the illithid.
or an elephant. Could be an elephant.
Likely to-
Equally likely to be a deer, a dog, or an aberration monster with hentai tentacles.
Yeah.
But besides that, your watch ends uneventfully, and when your watch ends, you're now into the very early morning. The sun now cresting over the mountains.
Booch, I have a question.
Yeah?
I just looked it up. Will you let me use healing draft on the mechanical servant?
On your machine?
Yeah. It doesn't say expressly that it can't be used. It doesn't say that it's not a creature.
I'll say that you use it as its oil or like it's gasoline you poured into its tank.
Okay. Cool.
Sure, you can do that.
All right.
Okay, so it is now morning.
All right. Do I still have my cursed 8?
So yeah, as you spend the night on the porch, you feel a little more revived. You no longer have negative. You're -9.
Yay!
And my ring regains its charges.
Yep.
Cool.
And your nunchuck regains its thing. Congratulations, you had a long rest.
Yay, finally.
Took a very long time.
Yep.
Great.
Magician people get their spells back. You get your hit dice back. All the good stuff.
Okay, did
Or
we
you get
resolve
half
the
of your
long
hit
rest?
Yes, you got a long rest finally.
Cool.
What spells should I prepare?
So
What spells should I
use a
prepare?
ration
Oh wait.
in the morning, however many rations I have.
Oh sure.
Can
Yeah,
I go
make-
ahead and harvest some crops to make breakfast?
Yeah, I'd say you don't have to use some rations because there's enough crop in the field. It's still summertime, so you go and kind of pillage some crop. And there's a couple barrels of water as well in the kitchen of this house.
I regain 5 Wand of Wonder charges.
Sick.
Yay.
Sigmas.
Sick. All right, so it is a crisp morning. The day is yours.
Okay, so just so there's no confusion, let's take a vote. Which way down the road do we want to go? I want to go back to Mirabar.
Say towards Mirabar.
Okay. Anyone else?
My money's on Mirabar as well, but Ricky, you seemed pretty convinced that that was the wrong way to go. Do you want to speak more on that?
You're the boss.
Well, I mean, if you either have, I'm having deja vu right now. This is Brandon, not. Actually, yeah, no, yeah. Dove
no,
says
this
he's
is
having
just what
deja
happened
vu.
last time too.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm usually drunk when we're playing D&D, so don't count on my memory.
All right. I see. Yeah. No. You got it.
Well, the
I'll
only
take up the back.
I pause and tap my finger on my chin and say, it just seems like the only reason that we fled from the Helmites was because we didn't want to draw too much attention to ourselves, especially when we didn't know what this cart was all about. Now we seem to have a better grasp of the situation. And I'm not saying this to Ricky. I'm sort of saying it matter-of-factly, almost like I'm looking up at the sky with my head kind of tilted and like my hand on my chin saying like, well, then this happened. And that. So I'm saying, now we have a better grasp on the
have
cart.
a good grasp of
We've
who wants
rested
it.
and...
Ghosts, squids, and monsters want.
Yeah, so what's going to be the easiest way to get rid of it? Mirabar is probably closer than anywhere else. Can I make a cartography? Can I make a check with my cartographer's tools? Do I know?
That's a thing.
Yes,
In your hand, you're like.
I am proficient with cartogapher's
Sextant
tools.
and
Can I like? I mean,
actually,
at least just
Oscar was proficient with cartography too.
just to discern
really?
like how Mirabar is the closest like mapped out city, right?
To where you are currently?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I blah that. Yeah, Mirabar is closer than anywhere else. So if we want to get rid of this thing as soon as possible, Mirabar seems our best bet. Not to mention, Ricky, you can scout ahead. Perhaps Bjorn can take an eye in the sky, and we can
Didn't
just
he do
try
that
to
last
cover
time?
ourselves.
I thought I had to drive one of the carts.
Yeah, but you did.
Oh,
you
that's
did,
right.
He sent the bird previous. This is
Yeah,
like
okay.
it all happened. He
sent
found where the closest shop was, and he told him we were going to go bring it to that market.
There's some small homesteads outside of the
Yeah.
Mirabar city walls. But yeah, it's close to like where the bridge to get to that part is. Like, because it's like Mirabar's like set back into this knoll. There's the top of the city's on like this high spot, and then like down from that slant there's like small settlements kind of petering out towards the river. So there's some in that area where it peters out, kind of loose associations of houses.
But I'm like, hey, let's keep the coin. Nice little keepsake. Let's do it.
Let's go!
I can drive the cart. I've got my I'm proficient in animal handling.
Very good.
I'm
Very good.
I'm gonna ride Bara in the back. Far away from the horses.
I love it. Can I just like pause for a moment and say I love that noise that you make, Booj? It's
Tell
like
me every time.
it's just so good. It's so good.
Thank you. Okay, so you are heading with the cart down the road to Mirabar. Correct?
Mhm.
Correct.
Okay.
Am
I
I,
will
driving
have-
one of the carts?
You can be. If you like.
Okay,
Would you like to?
Would you like to?
sure.
Who will co-pilot?
The which cart? The magic cart or the
Eat magic
The-
no more.
You only have one cart now.
Oh, there's only one.
Yeah,
You
we
broke
left.
the other one.
In that case, can I turn into a draft
Wait,
horse?
time out.
No, we have
The-
two carts. This is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe
we
I
have
thought-
two carts.
you pull the
Yeah,
other
we
one.
had the one with the
originally
mind-controlled
brought-
horses.
We brought two carts. We could have three carts, but we smashed one of them to bits.
Okay, you have the cart with the goods and then the empty cart.
Yes.
The friend's
Okay.
cart.
And the cart with the goods has the
For all the
mind-controlled
antics.
horses, right?
They're
They're not mind control anymore.
Oh, that's
They
right.
were
We
never
broke
mind
that.
control. They were just influenced.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Influenced, mind-controlled. Excuse me.
Big difference.
Yeah. So I'll drive the cart that has the magic goods on it. If we want to maybe put someone on.
All right, yeah, I'll drive the other cart.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I give Bjorn the ring, which I had. There you
Yeah.
go, Bjorn. You can have the ring.
I say thank you, Ricky.
I'll give you a wink. Well, you're pretty handsome. You know.
I say, oh, Master Lightning.
I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, it takes one to know one, right?
Whatever that means. All right. So, So whoever's driving the cart can just make me a animal handling check to see how efficiently you can drive these carts. How long it will take you to get back to where you need to.
Hmm.
Ooh, Bjorn, not great for a druid, but you do hate horses, so it makes sense.
Very funny.
Well, he doesn't hate horses. He just kills them.
Sure.
All right, I'll use my ring to cast Speak with Animals, and I'll try to influence them.
Okay, the horse answers like, the fucking weird horse again. Why is it always around? It's freaking me out.
They say, don't worry, he means you no harm.
Yo, can you just go in front of me so I can see him?
They say, Brina, can you go in front of the cart, please?
Yes. If I can speak
Thank you. A special request.
Yeah.
So the horse is like, it's a little better, I guess, and you can feel the kind of picks up a little more speed now. The horse on Dove's cart is old, doesn't seem to give much a shit about anything.
I'm
All right.
2 days from retirement.
He's seen it all.
Yeah, you travel to about noon in the day as you had left very, very early morning. It's getting a little colder now up this far north, but it is definitely not winter yet.
They bother me.
What's that?
It doesn't bother me.
No, not at all.
Good. I'm like, ooh.
You've seen at least 2
More.
winters. Real
More.
winter. I would like everyone on the... And during your travel, pretty much, you see 1 or 2 carts going the other way. But there are 1 or 2 people on them. They may be merchants, or just homesteaders of some sort.
I pop out. I hail.
I say top of the morning to you.
And I'm like, yo, how now? We're dropping these goods off in Mirabar. How's look? I'm like, any.
How's the road been looking?
Yeah, how's the road? Does it look cool?
Says it's been fine today, but
Yeah.
and then he
those
looks back
helmets.
in there. Yeah, well, he. So this cart's like it's smaller. It's definitely smaller than your big ass cart. But he motions backwards, and there's 2 guys sitting in the back that seem normal, humans, and he's like, I don't travel it without mercenaries, and they both kind of pull. You can see that they're like their arms are crossed, but you see they kind of pull out crossbows a little bit and have them kind of rested.
I say, take care of yourself.
You too.
I cast a firebolt up into the sky and say, neither do we!
I go, Jesus Christ!
The horses.
It's a firebolt. It's not a fireball. It's just a...
The guy will say, or have that. That'll work.
Like, I don't know. He's a team.
Yeah.
You should have seen what he did to all those. Oh.
They will nod and continue moving along. Pans and pots clanging against the side of their cart. So you spend the better part of the day traveling towards Mirabar, and at some point, I would like everyone to roll perception, please.
Am I part of everyone?
A 2!
You sure are.
A 7!
Jesus Christ.
Rolling real well.
No.
For what it's worth, I've rolled 2 7s and got +5 to both of them.
Yeah. Gee, oh, that's
Taurus got a 17.
okay. So Taurus would see this, but let's say that Ricky saw it because Taurus isn't actually here.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh.
As you're sitting on the cart, you do see in the woods ahead of you a bit of motion, and then you can see kind of coming out onto the road is one of the people that you saw in where you met Dracek. This figure is clothed in like gray baggy clothing with like almost like a burqa thing kind of covering their face. And they come out and they just put up their hand.
All right, I'm like, holy fuck, stop.
How-
Dracek and his bros are here.
How far away are they?
Probably about 20 to 30 feet up the road.
All right, I stop the cart and I whisper to whoever's nearest and say, "Could be a trap. Let's play this cautiously. I'll go talk to him."
I'm like, no.
Who was driving the Bjorn? You were driving the cart with the goods. He'll kind of start walking across the road and he'll make like this motion, like, and he starts.
I can't
walking,
see the motion. Describe it.
Like a come hither, like cut over this
Okay.
way, like like when someone's like keep backing up, keep backing up. He goes over to the other side of the road and you notice there is kind of a small path off the side here. and he seems to be motioning you to like move the cart that way.
Can I roll?
And now you
insight
see
to
that there
see-
are like 6 or 7 more people, more of these gray cloaks in the woods that
In the
come
woods?
out.
Okay.
They're looking up and down the road.
Are they like motioning to all of us or just me?
He's motioning to you to like bring the cart this way.
I hop off the cart. I assume I'm on one cart, and I walk alongside it.
I want to message to Bjorn. Is he within 30 feet of me?
Bjorn? Probably not, because he's.
Oh, sorry.
driving-
Is he within 120 feet of me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is he a
great.
million?
Is he on the planet?
What
I
round-
thought it only had a range of 30
Is
feet.
he on the
It's very
material
fun.
plane?
I message Bjorn. You hear in your mind. I say, "Be careful with these ones. It might be another trap. Color me suspicious, but after last night, I want to be sure."
Yeah.
And then I go up to the nearest guy, and I reach out and put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Boy, am I glad to see you."
He doesn't like flinch at all when you do. And once again, you can only see his eyes. He's covered in these like wrappings of gray cloth. And you can see there is like a crossbow at his side. And he says, "You've done well."
Can I roll insight to see if this is same guy as the other guys?
The same guys as the ones you saw in Drasik's place?
Yeah, like if they seem like the same people.
Yeah, sure. Roll insight. Or roll perception, whatever's higher, because it's kind of more of a perception thing.
They're about the
Excellent.
14? Yeah, they seem like the same people.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Okay.
tell
I rolled a
if they're
17.
exactly the same people because you can't see their faces.
I'll go with him.
Fucking.
I'm gonna play this cautiously. I'm gonna burn a sorcery point and cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
He says,
Should I
"Thank you for
roll the
getting
thing?
cart for me, friend?"
I rolled a 10. We're fine. Nothing exploded.
Like, what did I have for lunch today?
He's like, "What will I have for lunch tomorrow?"
Oh, there's the question.
I'm burning the spell points so that there's no verbal or somatic components, so he doesn't know
I
I'm
know,
casting
I
a
just
spell.
need
You go. "Sleep!"
I yell at him. I'm casting a spell.
Spell time! I'm
Who
19.
wants pizza roll?
I'm gonna read his mind, guys. Give me a second.
Ignore me! Ignore me!
I'm so weird. Sorry, 1 second. Gotta get a book.
Time to finish this beer.
So, guys,
Okay, so
I-
what does he have to do?
He does not do anything. I just learn the surface thoughts of the creature. What is
Alright,
most on its mind in that
if
moment.
it's probing more or whatever, yeah.
Right.
His thoughts at the moment. It's mostly just concerned with checking up and down the streets. He's not too concerned with you guys. He's just like really focusing on the woods around and making sure that like no one's coming up or down the street.
All right. I'm gonna probe deeper. So he has to
Alright.
make a Wisdom save, DC 16.
He will pass.
What did he roll?
A 16 plus is just flat 16. No, he doesn't. Yeah, just 16.
I want to bend luck. No, I don't. But he does know that I tried to probe into his head, and I'll give him a wink afterwards and say,
What a nice guy you are. Just trying to get into your innermost thoughts.
No,
Hey.
I'm gonna say, man, we had an interesting night. You never know who you can trust nowadays.
He will seemingly not move or react at all. He'll just very, very slightly nod.
And I'm gonna try again.
Okay,
What?
before that happens,
The
before
fuck?
you can do that,
Brandon,
see-
you are an animal.
What? There's nothing wrong with me reading his thoughts. If he is who he
What?
says he is, then it doesn't matter that I'm reading his thoughts,
Well, if
right?
you're
doing-
doing his thoughts, he'd kill you for trying to take his innermost thoughts.
What if he's like
I don't
thinking
want his
about
innermost thoughts. I want his
It's like-
outermost thoughts.
Okay, so Bjorn, you're still riding the horse, the carriage rather. You're driving the carriage.
So he motioned
And
specifically.
I'm alongside it.
He motioned off to the side of the path. Now that you kind of you see that side of the path, you can see like what looks like the remains of an old farm, like a barn rather, like a large stone barn. So there's like one whole wall of this barn is still there, but then it like crags off and there's no roof anymore. It looks like there used to be like a small settlement here, but there's nothing there anymore. So it's just like a big craggy wall, essentially.
This is in the path through the woods?
Yeah, so it's like just very close off the woods.
Okay.
And he keeps motioning you towards what seems to be just this big wall.
Okay. I'll look back at Ricky and like make a motion at him.
Yeah, I give a knock on the door, a reassuring knock on the what's it called?
Cart?
The thing we're walking cart. Yes.
We're gonna go through a wall again.
Yeah.
So, the guy that was leading you there, he takes out a very similar small brass whistle, the same one that Hugh played to make that door appear in the wall in Mirabar. And he does just play this long sustained note on this broken farm wall, and you can see an outline really large is drawn in an arc across the wall.
Okay.
And he's just like doing the same come here motion.
So I'll follow him.
All right, he walks through the wall, which is weird because you can see there's nothing on the other side of the wall.
I
But
wait. I don't go in.
he walks through the wall and disappears.
Okay, I'll follow him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna shout to the rest of the party. Maybe not shout. Message to probably Brina if she's visible and within 120 feet. We should probably go with the cart.
yeah, let's go. I scoot on through. I'm like,
Bara goes through the wall.
Yeah, I wait till everyone's through and then I walk through and I'm like, okay, well.
I'll go gather the other cart and horses.
Okay. So as you guys step through, you find yourself in the same cistern that you were in before.
I'm like, no shit.
Small dripping droplets of water, these kind of arched archways. Do I still have that map? You like archways?
yeah.
Nice. That's the one.
Is
and
there
these
the
big columns.
beam of moonlight?
There sure is.
Moon
Even though
beam.
the time of day is about 12 in the afternoon. And the entire cart now kind of is riding through this, 2 inches of water. The horse is clopping through it.
Did our cart make it through no problem? I'm like, because Brandon brought our cart through the wall as well.
Yeah. So if you continue moving forward, and Brandon also comes in with the horse in the cart.
Is there like an acolyte nearby?
So some of these, there's like 5 of the people.
So you guys are gonna help us get this thing out of here, right?
They just nod.
Like, great, thanks. We got this cool cart, Just.
One says
just saying.
you can get off now. We can take it from here.
Okay.
To Bjorn? He says that to Bjorn or to me?
To Brina.
Yeah, I'm riding the scooter. I'm gonna stay on the scooter. Say okay. So where's Drasig?
As you say, where's Drasig? You don't notice, but from behind one of the columns, he just I'm so glad that you have accomplished this task.
I'm like, there you are, you scary motherfucker.
Oh, you Drasig.
There is a large, theater mask smile on his plastic white face, his 7.5 foot tall, weird, skinny, lanky kind of body.
I'm like, Drasig, you knew we'd pull through.
Of course, I had all the best thoughts of your success.
Thank you.
We had to fight a big octopus monster for this.
Yeah,
Can you tell us anything about illithids that we don't already know?
Oh, not that you don't already know, I don't think. Although I suspect that Shulath has control of such horrible aberrations. Perhaps things even worse in the world below.
Shulath, huh?
So it was Shulath that sent it, or was it Helm's Horn?
It showed up in the guise of a Helmite.
Yeah.
Shulath controls both, so there is no
Shulath.
difference.
Oh, okay.
Shulath controls the Helmites?
In so many words, yes. They think they control themselves, but it is he who caused the God's Bane, and he can make them do whatever they want, I think.
So
So what?
Shulath is responsible for the God's Bane.
As far as I know, yes.
So I say, but thief between thief. What do we got in this card over here?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, good.
He
I don't
makes
like the sound of that.
the subtlest of
Never.
motions.
And it explodes and we all die. Roll new characters.
And a bunch of these gray cloaked figures jump onto the back, and they pull off the big chest that was on one of them, and haul it off. And it takes like 4 of them to pull this fucking thing off. It's really big.
I say this is what you were after, correct?
Oh yes. And 1 second. Where's this thing that I need? Ah, yes, there it is.
Loot box.
They plop it down onto the ground within some of the water, and they crack it open. Inside, you see stuff that looks like they look like odd wooden and steel staves, except the staves are hollow. And they have some kind of odd clockwork mechanism near the butt of the staff.
Hollow, like flute-like, but bigger?
Yeah, like a long flute, yeah.
Okay.
Wood and steel.
Say,
Seems
what
that
are
the
they?
centers have been bored out of these staves.
Yeah. Flutes, huh? Starting a band?
And you see about 20 of them piled up in this case. And then on a separate, like, little side case, you see a ball full of what look like ball bearings.
A ball filled with ball bearings?
Sorry, it's like a little compartment in the case filled with, like, hundreds of ball bearings of some kind.
Say, well, what are they? What is that?
And he says, weaponry that the Zentarum has been working on. And one of the other gray cloaked figures takes a pry bar and cracks open one of the barrels. And he's just to confirm to Dracek, he takes a handful and lifts it up like sand, and what falls out looks like ground coffee. And he just nods to Dracek, and Dracek says, yes, it is all here.
Whoa.
So, wait, these are weapons, and you say that the Zentarum are working on them, then why are, pause, why are Shulath's minions attacking us? Is Shulath allied with the Zentarum?
That I do not know. It is possible. But I more think that the Helm's Horde are just ravagers taking whatever they can find.
So then why did that
They
Illithid
also
show up?
might not particularly like you.
So why did that
I don't
Illithid
know,
show up
yeah.
and specifically demand that we turn over the cart?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
So what is this?
He says, well, I think we can have a demonstration.
Wait,
I
I think I know what it is.
I
and,
know you know what it is.
one of the
I also think I know what it
gray
is.
cloaked figures takes like a small, what looks like a cornucopia of some sort, kind of like a funnel, and takes a handful of this ground coffee and pours it into the staff, into the barrel. And then he takes one of the ball bearings and also drops it down and takes like this other long thing. And it's like, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm like, this is awful.
Breen is probably intrigued just because you're like a mechanist and you're like, what the fuck?
I'm probably
Evil.
He from standing on top of the cart, actually, yeah, so the guy in gray is like packing this, and he's standing on top of the cart and he lifts it up to his shoulder, and then Dracek's like, not near the powder. And then the guy gets off of the cart, and he kind of levels it towards one of the columns and lights this piece of like parchment kind of on the top, and pulls the trigger, and you see maybe 50 feet away from you, this column, like a part of it just completely cracks off.
I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Say,
wow, this could change the future.
He says, yes, that's why I wanted it.
So now that we've done this favor for you, I am seriously really bad at remembering things. This means that you're gonna help us defeat Helm's Horde.
Yes. 1 second.
Is that what we were doing?
He says, I am incredibly pleased with your actions. You can consider me a friend. He says, I have already sent my spies to infiltrate Helm's Hold to look for weaknesses and secondary entrances. That will take some time, of course, and possibly some lives. He says, it would be better not to face the brunt of Helm's army with thousands of trained soldiers and clerics amassing at Helm's Hold. He says, but we can find other ways. We're good at that. He says, I can find other pieces of information should you need them. And in fact,
what about these assassins?
he says they're not all assassins. They're just friends, followers. And actually from the corner, you see Mune again. And she's like, and the gift. He's like, yes, gifts for you.
Okay.
And Mune will produce one of the brass whistles and hand it over to Ricky.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, we're trusting Ricky with the whistle?
The whistle, baby.
Oh
He says,
Lord.
Any time that you need to come here, simply blow the whistle near worked stone, and the door will be open to you. He says, but you can only use it once a week.
Oh.
Great. This could be a really good
This
way
is
for us
wild.
to travel around, actually.
And we'll go over the mechanics of that later. But he also said, and a show of my support. He motions to one of the cloaked figures and says, Olessa. And she moves forward, kind of splashing a little bit through the water. And Dracek will say, she is my gift to you.
Woo!
And she... I didn't have a
What
picture
do
of her.
we do with her?
A
She will
hireling?
do whatever you command.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa, fuck yeah.
What are her
Of course,
abilities? And I just-
Finally!
I turn to her and say, what are your abilities, Alessa? Nice to meet you.
1 second, please.
She's like, I'm a human.
I'm a useless human.
Like,
I don't
have
do
magic
anything.
powers.
Says I can clap really loud.
Yeah. Then she claps and it destroys the world.
Whoa,
she'll-
did
Something like that.
Fucking awesome.
What's wrong with your
She-
skin?
did she
He,
go, like, travel with
Dracek
us?
will say she cannot talk. She is a mute. But I can speak of her abilities. She is a thief. And she has the ability to cast some spells. She can make people invisible every once in a while. She can unlock things that can seem unlockable.
I'm like,
Syntax is a bitch.
Booj, I'm sorry if this is a dick move, but I'm gonna cast message. She can reply in a whisper that only I can hear. I don't know how you want to rule that, but that's a thing I want to do.
What are you
Okay.
going to say?
Of course you do. What do you want to say?
Yeah, that's why I'm apologizing.
Okay,
I
what do you want
shake
to
your hand
say?
and say, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
You'll shake your hand and just nod.
I whisper a message and say,
what are your intentions?
Can you-
I don't
no,
trust you.
I don't trust you. I don't like anything.
I say, can you communicate like this?
You hear back a very ragged voice, and she's like in surprised voice, and she's like, "Yes, I haven't spoken in so long."
Bleh.
I nod at her and then turn back to Dracek and
And
what do I
what?
say to Dracek? Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay.
I say to him,
You go,
I can't say that I can't say that
a
I.
suggestion on him. I want to read his thoughts.
Well, yeah, I want to read everyone's
Do
thoughts
anything.
in the room, and I'm
Go
also
to
going
a
to cast
city that you haven't
Burning
written
Hands,
anything for. Go ahead.
and then I'm going to counterspell anything that they cast.
Can't wait till you
No,
die.
And then he explodes on wild magic.
Yeah, the last
Yeah.
spell that I cast will kill the rest of them.
Is message a cantrip, actually? It isn't, so
Yes.
you have to roll
It
for
is.
the thing.
Oh my god.
It is in fact a
Brandon,
cantrip.
You're
It
gonna
is?
kill us.
Oh, yeah,
all.
it's transmutation 0. Okay. That's weird. That doesn't say cantrip, it says 0. Anyways, what do you want to do?
I say to Drasik, I must say I still not sure of your intentions, and I'm still not sure if we can fully trust you, but I appreciate the assistance.
Anything.
I say, I can fully trust you. Don't mind him.
Thank
Yeah, I'm
you.
like, thanks for the whistle. I swallow the whistle. No,
Swallow it.
I do not swallow the whistle.
Okay.
Please don't swallow the whistle. Holy shit. Don't sell it. Don't swallow it. Don't break it. Don't lose it. Don't throw it in acid.
I say, okay, so now,
I drop it in the
yeah, let's get this card
Don't
out of
smoke
here
the
and go
drugs
back
that
to
you
the-
bought out of
The
it.
fucking bulwark, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Let's say one way to the bulwark, Master Spooky.
Mune will actually say, and if I'm sorry, but it doesn't actually work that way. It's a one-way trip. You have to go back out the road.
Okay. I'm like, well then open the door. The garage
The door is
door.
open.
Okay.
Mune will, she'll just reaffirm. She's like, the spies are infiltrating Helm's Hold, and we should have viable leads and information within a week. I will contact you when we have that information. Should you need anything else from us, feel free to drop in anytime.
Thanks.
How exactly do we drop in?
The whistle, man.
Yeah, the fucking whistle.
Oh, I didn't know if there was another way. I don't know. Because I figured, like, if we're in the city, then we could just, like, come
Oh,
here.
well, she'll, like, if you do ask that, she's like, you're not actually technically anywhere right now.
Whoa.
Call it a pocket dimension of sorts. A
I'm
demi.
familiar with these pocket dimensions.
Well, I'll believe anything I hear once when I walk in.
Ricky.
Ricky, you shouldn't trust everyone on first glance.
Literally, I kill most people I meet first glance.
I want to hang around and ask Drasik a question after everyone leaves.
Sure. So you guys want to head back out?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
I'll
the.
pat Bjorn on the shoulder as I walk out and say, be careful with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm like, she's gonna get underground with us. She's gonna walk with us. She needs a ticket.
Yeah, is this girl gonna like follow us around or what?
She's yours to command.
Okay, well, we need a ticket for her.
Does she
Yeah,
have
she's
an
gonna
undercity
get
pass?
executed.
So, yeah. To bring her.
Oh, she will. And as you say this, she brings out one from.
Oh, fuck
her
yeah!
wallet.
All right, come on, hop on. Taking me.
Okay. What would you like to say, Bjarn?
I'm gonna ask him if he knows anything about the goddess Saloon.
Yeah, about the goddess Saloon. Says, oh yes. What would you like to know?
Say this moonlight. What is the deal with this moonlight?
It is my moonlight.
Oh, I see.
I see.
Cool.
Says I enjoy the stark contrast from the shadows and the light of the moon.
I say
So I
yes.
need it.
I agree.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, all right. Thanks.
Good talk.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. And he says, I hope you find your answers, Bjorn.
Thank
You
you.
are a stalwart man.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
We'll be in touch.
As you are now leaving, Ricky, you're about to leave, and seemingly out of nowhere, you do feel a calm but gentle hand place itself on your shoulder.
I'm like, oh boy, and I can take a second, like hold back.
And it is Drasik.
Ah!
And everyone has now passed through the wall.
Turn and
And
try not to scream.
Kyle, I would like to give you a private call, if I could.
Oh, baby.
A phone call?
A phone call.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm
Look at
gonna
my
piss.
fucking phone.
Booge, I hope you know while you do this, I'm going to talk about sponsors.
It doesn't matter, I'm muting
All right,
everyone.
I can be called.
You never call me, Booch.
Not yet.
Dylan, let's talk about who sponsors this private message.
Let's not and get a beer.
I already have a
Okay.
beer. Brought to you by Budweiser. They make the beer that we're drinking.
That's
that Dylan?
really loud.
Sweaty.
Pete, you need a beer?
No, thank you.
All right.
Hey, I'm Dylan, pretending to be Ben King. Whoa. I can see Booj talking on the telephone. I'm Ben King, I'm Dylan pretending to be Ben King.
Tab back.
No. But Booj is laughing, which is not a good sign. I can see him on the camera.
You gotta hire so right.
Yeah, I think I know who she is.
Oh. Like, what character?
Yeah,
Somebody you've seen before?
possibly. Dylan. Where is Ben? Did you reply to you? Ben?
It's possible. 8 feet. Boom.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. All right. Oh.
Hey.
Alrighty. So we all hear someone away.
Can we hear me? Hello?
Okay.
Mic check.
Yes, sir. Can hear you.
I got a whiskey.
Nice.
I like whiskey.
I guess I'll pee real quick if Brandon's not here yet.
Okay.
He's here.
That was a long one.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, stop, Brandon.
There was a lot to figure out.
Did you have to roll any dice?
I did not.
That's all.
I didn't.
I did not roll any dice. But there is a lot to be understood.
Cool.
I want to know what he said to you. Tell me everything he said word for word.
So
I don't even remember.
I already fucked up recording this session because I was looking on my other screen at my Allosaurus health, and I was like 60, 10 plus 18. I wonder what I can get if I click that a bunch. So I opened up a new tab and started rolling that, and then I saw that there was a DX button, and then I started just clicking it and rolling a D1 over and over again. So that's in the recording.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
That's the good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So everyone here?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
All right.
Yeah, Taurus is here.
Exit through the wall.
Do the gift.
Ricky is the last. You guys wait a little bit, and you're like, "What the fuck?" But Ricky is the final one to come through.
And I anime running out.
Anime run out.
Back at the barn? Are we
You're at the broken barn. Yeah, that on the side of the road.
Okay.
If you'd venture to guess, you're only a couple of hours outside of Mirabar now.
And do we have the cards or not?
You'll have your cart.
Okay.
It seems that the weaponry was left there.
Okay, so right as soon as we get outside, so are we still gonna go underwater for that lady?
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Fuck.
How do you guys feel about that? Going underwater?
I shrug and I see no reason why not.
How
We
do you
need
get
those
underwater?
magic.
Oh, yeah, we got the tubes. I think
Yeah.
I took them. I pulled them out. The tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how do we get there? Does anybody remember?
It's through a mining mining. It's part of the city.
Okay. So to the let's go to base camp. Talk to Droop. Let him know that we did this, and also that we're double dipping, and we're gonna go and help Asian.
It was his intention to double or triple dip.
Okay.
Whoa.
Good. Yeah. It's all fucking Jazak's fault. Fucking dick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he didn't. He just
What a
walked away.
dick.
He didn't. He just wanted that. He wanted everyone to be there, not just some kid.
Yeah, and also Asian is said that she wouldn't work with us if we worked with him. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. There's a bit of a tension there.
Yeah, as we're walking back, I'm like, remember that fucking vampire? Huh? Remember that?
Yeah, that was
That
crazy.
was something.
We
That's
sniffed-
crazy.
he sniffed-
What was that guy's name? He's a dick.
He sniffed you. He's dead. He's dead now.
No, what's the noble's name?
Oh, Dossie?
Yeah, he's a dick. Oh my god. Dossie's got vampires working for him now? This shit.
Yeah. He is a dick.
It's worth noting.
I've always said he's a dick.
Yeah, let's go back to the bulwark.
Yeah,
I
it's the
fucking hop on my
bulwark.
scooter. I'm like,
I fucking give a high five to our compatriot. What's her name?
Alessa.
Alessa.
Alessa. And
yeah,
I
Alessa.
give her like a fucking nod, and I'm like, my girl.
She will give you, particularly Ricky, a look up and down and nod very knowingly.
And I'm like, we're cool.
Mm-hmm.
She likes me.
While we're walking, I want to just like make conversation with her telepathically, since that's like the only way she can communicate. But we don't have to like role play it
What do you
out
think
if
of
it's.
Yeah.
So, what do you
Deep
think of
down.
Ricky? What do you think of Bjorn? No, just making like light conversation, unless something noteworthy or interesting comes up.
She's like,
Yeah,
I
she
wouldn't-
will. She finds it. It's almost like she's. It kind of comes up. She's been mute since birth, so talking for her is very difficult, even in this way.
Gotcha.
So communicating with her is a little weird. She can't get like complex ideas across very well. It's kind of just small, fragmented, emotional kind of thoughts.
Well, the most important thing that I want to ask her is, are you under any duress or are you working with us freely?
And she says, "No, I am working with you freely."
Okay, and
she would say, like, it is my duty to serve you.
well, regardless of your duty, were you forced into this life or did you choose it willingly?
He's like, I can't imagine not being paid. Like, I really
Well,
don't know.
she's like, she's like, there is no difference. She's like, I am what I do, and I am my orders, kind of a thing. It seems that she's very, like, almost like a knight, where it's like
Like
the
a
code
Marine.
her code of ethics is such that, like, emotions don't really play into this for her.
Gotcha. Are you human?
She will attempt a joke and say, "As far as I know," but she doesn't know how to do vocal timing with jokes.
Right. I laugh politely.
She seems to be in her late 20s, maybe, possibly early 30s.
Is she beautiful? Am I in love with her?
You can decide that.
I don't know. All right. So besides that, the rest of your trek back to Mirabar is mostly uneventful. A couple more carts. By the time that you get to the city proper, the upper city, it is probably coming around, I don't know, I'd say 2 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. And you make your way back up the hill road back to the entrance of the city above. And can you all make perception checks, please?
Yes, I can.
I love perception.
Can you
Love
perceive,
to perceive.
I love perceiving as things are and not as they will.
it? Because I'm not psychic.
Yeah.
Ooh, Brina.
Brina, you accidentally rub some motor grease in your eyes.
Ooh.
Oh,
And you accidentally rub some motor grease in Ricky's eyes.
I'm like, no, my eyes!
What are these two screaming
This is a
about,
bad
Bjorn?
day for everyone. We're all busy talking about the
I'm like
vampire.
looking really hard at whatever I'm looking at.
Yeah, so Bjorn, as you walk into the city, you notice that there's still some fires off in the distance. The top city's still kind of in disrepair. But you do notice
And also on fire.
Yeah, but you do notice one particular column of smoke is coming from what used to be Finian's Fine Goods, and,
Oh
which is now a smoldering pile of burnt rubble.
no! I pointed
can
out
see
to
a couple cars
everybody,
around.
and I say, should we go check it out?"
Tynion was clearly working with the Zentarum. I don't think that that's any concern of ours.
Yeah, I think he got what was coming to him.
Not to mention, considering I lower my voice and maybe even message this to everyone there and say, not for nothing, we're the ones who stole the goods, so we maybe shouldn't show our face back there.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to show up.
There are a couple guards kind of around. There seems to be a little bit of a fire brigade now, carrying buckets of water on not ox. What's the word I'm looking for? Yak back. They're
a yak pack from
on the yak
from when I
on
was
the
a
back.
kid.
No, not one of those. But on the backs of yaks. And they're kind of throwing water onto this smoldering rubble. And there's some Mirabar and axe near around.
I say, you don't think we could find any clues? Maybe after all the guards leave.
And I'm like, we'll talk about it. We'll go.
All right.
As you guys are standing there talking, I would like Dove
That's me.
and Bjorn to make perception checks.
Perceive. Complete.
Perceived. All right. Bjorn. No, actually, Dove. Dove, you're standing there, like, and you're talking about the Finian's fine goods or whatever, and you see this, or you first feel this kid, this little human kid, bump into you, like running from behind you, and through you, kind of like pushing you out of the way. Bjorn, you sense the same thing with another kid, the little girl and the little boy, and the little girl runs by you, Bjorn, and bumps into you as well. But Dove, you feel that the little boy attempted to reach into your pocket, and the pocket is the pocket where you keep your Undercity pass.
I cast Hold Person on the girl.
Okay.
The fuck? Hold little girl with.
Hold girl.
All right. This little girl, she's probably about 11. Yeah, she becomes rigid. The boy is now running away from you, Dove.
I want to grab him if I can.
Okay, make a grapple check.
I'm like sitting laughing. I'm like, this is fun.
I check my pockets. Is my pass still there? It was
Nope.
in my.
It is in her hand, and she is frozen still.
Grapple check
Oh.
is a regular attack roll, right?
It's athletics or acrobatics versus his athletics.
Gotcha.
That is not enough. He rolled a 16. So he slips out and starts running, but he would see his sister frozen in a rigor mortis, and stop for a second and try to. He's going to try to. What's that?
I grab the pass as soon as I freeze her.
You pick it out of her hand. Yeah, like she's in mid run, and like the pass is like in one hand, like that.
And
Yeah.
I slap her on the head.
All right.
He didn't successfully get the one out of my pocket, right?
No, you
Okay.
caught his hand before he got it out. You snatch it out of the pocket, and the boy's just like looking scared now. And he's just like, "Just let us go, please. Just let's go." And he's like holding on to his sister who's frozen.
Who are you?
He says, "Just nobody. Look, we were just trying to get in the Undercity. That's all.
And why?
My mother's sick. We got to get her somewhere safe. It's not safe up here anymore." But look,
We
we
can you
fucked up.
take us to your mother?
Says, well,
What kind of
we don't
sickness?
want no trouble. We don't want.
Can you take us to your mother?
If you want, I suppose.
See, what
Can I
is
roll
that?
insight? Is he bluffing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh!
Oh, hi.
He seems sincerely scared, and
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like he's lying about the family situation
I
going on.
also asked to see his mother.
Yeah,
We're all gonna go see your mom now.
I'm not going.
if you want.
No,
Yeah, no, I'm like, yeah.
I
That's.
said everyone else will catch up with you. Me and Dub are going to
I grab my my Undercity pass out of my pocket to make
Mhm.
sure it's there and hold it in front of my face.
It is there.
Great. I say I'm going downstairs.
All right.
Ricky,
And I'm like,
you want to go?
who?
Oh yeah, Mr. Light.
Ah, yes, I do have my pass. I fucking frantically. Sure, I have it.
You just broke up.
Yeah,
a lot.
you have it too.
Woo! That'd been awesome. It's like you don't. I'm like, I fucking killed the girl. Yeah. All right.
Kill her
well,
till
yeah.
she's not alive
I'm
anymore.
like, Bjorn, make sure he gets an extra slap on his wrist. I don't like to see youths turn out this way.
I wave my hand at Master Lightning and say, "Be gone, Master Lightning. We'll tend to this. We'll meet you in the Undercity."
We'll take care of these juvenile
Yeah,
delinquents.
the girl looks about 11. The boy looks maybe like 13, 14, something like that.
I put my pass back in my boot, and then I follow.
I keep it in my sweaty boot.
Yeah.
I kneel down
Nice
next to
and
the
wet.
boy and I say, "What's your name, lad?"
His name is. He says, "Oh, my name's Gavin. This is Kira."
And how did you know that we had Undercity passes,
We
Gavin?
saw you go in before.
So you've been watching us?
Yeah.
Kill them.
How old are you, Gavin?
He boasts his chest and says, 17.
How old are you, Gavin?
Gavin.
He says, 16.
How old are you, Gavin?
And he finally kind of relents. He's like, 14.
How old are you, Gavin?
1 years old, sir.
Keep going till you're negative.
You can see that
Turned
this-
into a baby.
Yeah. A zygote. So
I've not even been conceived yet.
yeah, these kids are definitely malnourished. Like they are thin as a stick. They are gaunt. They have kind of bags under their eyes. You know, they're dirty.
I messaged to Bjorn, can you summon any rations for them?
I say,
I have some
summon.
spares, but I wonder if maybe we have some other way to feed them without dipping into our own personal supply.
let's go see their house, and we'll decide.
Do you want to drop the hold person?
No.
Okay.
Just like,
I say
Leave her.
I say to Gavin, lad, we're not interested in hurting you, and we're not interested in hurting your sister either. But you see these passes, and I will kill her. I hold up my pass and sort of like wave it in front of his face and say, like, these are very important. And you see, if we were to part with these, it would be terrible news, not only for us, but also for you and for everyone else who lives in this town. I'm sort of kind of trying to intimidate him into not trying to steal them again, but
Sure.
I'm not trying to like scare him out of his mind, just kind of say like, don't fuck with us. We're literally
Right.
saving the world.
He seems so scared of kind of the whole situation. It seems like he's desperate. And
Yeah.
he's
No,
like,
yeah, I get that.
He's like,
And I say to him, if you can take us to see your mother, we can see if we can help you in some fashion.
Okay.
For the moment, I nod over at Brina and I pull a ration out of my
gone,
pocket and I'm sorry, not Brina, Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Excuse me. I nod over at Bjorn and say, here's a ration for you and your sister. Can you take us to your mother?
He will inhale the ration. Like
Now, share it with Kira.
and he's like,
Pukes it up like a
I
cat.
also give the girl a ration, and I like stuff it in her mouth because she's paralyzed.
She chokes on the ration and dies.
Gavin will say, "Can you please release her?"
I say, only if you promise not to cause trouble.
Of course.
I ruffle his hair and say, I don't believe that these two will be any trouble for us.
And then I give him a wedgie.
The boy.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say he doesn't seem to have any underwear on.
Oh, God. Yeah, I dropped the
Poor
whole.
boy.
Yeah,
Okay.
he has like tatters, and when you pull it, it shreds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
So,
your mother, you say she's
now
sick.
who's embarrassed?
Joke's on you, wedgie giver.
What'd you say, Brandon?
I said, so your mother, you say she's sick?
Yeah. Very sick.
Do you, I assume that they're leading us, excuse me, to her.
Mhm.
Do you know what she's sick with?
He's like something in the lungs. We think it's grackle lung that she's just
Say,
had too much.
I-
She used to work in the armory. Inhaled too much
I
smoke, he
see.
thinks.
I
And
say,
where's,
take me
oh,
to her.
go ahead. Yeah. Well,
Where's
I
what?
figured they were already leading us. This is like in transit.
Oh, okay.
And where's your father, lad?
Oh, I don't know. Never knew him.
I see.
But they will take you to their home if you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they kind of lead you through some of these alleyways that get progressively poorer, and just the houses become more of hovels, really. And then they finally do lead you to their house, and it is just a shit show. It's a shack, you know.
Is it a love
barely-
shack?
No, it's a dead shack, death shack.
So it's not a
And-
little old place where we should get together?
No. And there's like shingles missing. Parts of the wall seem to be someone tried to like fix them, but didn't really succeed. Where the door is just a hanging, tattered like blanket instead of a door. And from the outside, you can hear this horrible, racking cough coming from the inside.
I'll go inside and look at the mom.
Kira will grab your shoulder, and then Gavin will also say while she grabs your shoulder, he's like, I don't know if she's infectious. I don't know if you should go inside.
I say, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I believe Bjorn can handle himself. But I am susceptible to disease, so I will wait here for the moment.
My young 19-year-old lungs. Yeah, so you walk inside. They pull the curtain aside.
I hold my breath.
The door should be. Yeah, it's well enough because it smells of disease in here. And yeah, you see, I mean, this place is so tiny. Like, there's barely a kitchen there. But in a bed near the window, the front window, is this woman seems to be. You'd have to guess she's probably in her early 40s, but she looks like she's near death, so she looks emaciated and thin, and she's just lying in bed, almost like cataract over eyes, and she's just kind of barely conscious.
All right. Can I roll a medicine check to see if I know what's wrong with her?
Sure.
Let me guess, she's got grackle.
Yeah, it is some kind of infestation of the upper respiratory tract. Could be a number of things, but you guess that it is not. It is something that was caused by human or nature of a person. It's not like a natural disease that she has. She didn't get
genetic?
No, like it was caused
She's got
by
black
exposure.
lung from working in a mine.
It's not something that it's not like she got malaria.
She has non-healthy lung from breathing.
Right. She has some kind of thing that was caused from workplace hazards. There's all the asbestos on the pipes, that kind of thing.
Not rich people's lung.
Dead
people. Lesser restoration then.
Really? And either
she's got the bad lungs.
Condition afflicting it. The conditions can be blinded. One disease.
One disease
okay.
or condition.
Yeah. So you put your hand on her chest, and this. For a moment, the smell of kind of disease and dirty clothes in this little hut seemed to blow away, and almost like the smell of fresh, like the fresh air of the woods in the morning, kind of blows through.
Favorite smell.
And you do hear her take a large, deep breath in and breathe out. And she kind of blinks for a second. She says, "Who are you?"
I say, "I am Bjorn. Are you feeling better?"
She looks incredibly confused. She's actually she's like, "My children," and she starts up for a second and then looks at.
They're here. Don't worry.
Yeah, she sees them. They're right there, and she's like, "Yes, I do."
Good.
What have you done?
Say, I healed you.
She thinks for a second. She says, "I can't pay you. I
shout from outside after X time has passed and say, Bjorn, is it safe?
They say, yes.
Like, no, don't come in.
And then I turn to the mom and I say, you don't need to pay me, but make sure that your kids do not steal from anybody.
She looks like, first she's in utter confusion of the whole situation pretty much. So she's like, "You've been stealing, Gavin?" And he's like, and Gavin and Kira just jump on the bed and start hugging their mother. And she starts kind of hugging them back.
I walk in and seeing the situation, I assume I can discern what's happened and say, your
like
children
everyone's
here.
hugging.
Oh, well, I want to hug.
And then
too.
Bjorn
Someone
jumps on the
hug
bed.
me.
And
Everyone's kissing.
It's
now
the end of-
everyone's rubbing.
Oh, time to get the kids out of
There's
here.
lots of touching going on.
There's no stopping them now.
And then
It's the end of Return of the King. Everyone's just jumping on the bed.
They're copulent.
Oh, no.
They're copulent. I say as I walk in, yes, we found your kids here. They were trying to get to the Undercity to and I look at Bjorn and give him a wink and say they were trying to tend to your wounds, and we figured that perhaps my druid friend here could help you.
Yeah, she kind of has her hand kind of petting their hair, and she says, "Well, I'll have a strong talking to them, but I think I'm happy to not be on death's door for a couple seconds."
all you need remind them, and I'll give Gavin another like hair tussle, and say all you need remind them is that sometimes all it takes is to ask.
Damn right.
That's so wise.
I'll pull 10 gold out of my purse and hand it to her and say, I know it's not much, but hopefully this can help you get some food and ensure that you're
Dove, check if you have your pass.
I do, yes.
Yeah,
She stole it.
The woman stole it. She's a wizard. She's a witch.
This whole thing was a con job. See, if I was a smart DM, that's what I would have done.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have seen it coming. I'll level with you.
Yeah.
I give them 20
We're
gold.
too late now. I actually probably shouldn't have said it and just did it.
Yeah. You'd have been like, I would have done that, and then
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then do it anyway.
and you have to like kill them.
I'll have to remember, I bet that I can't do it with you guys anymore now that you know the trick, but I bet that would fool a lot of people.
Yeah, no
that'd be
kidding.
fucking amazing.
I'll have to save that in the back pocket.
I know
She'll
it's going, buddy.
she'll do the thing where she's like, you put the money in, she's about to say, oh no, I can't, but she is also like looking at the money, looks at you, and she's like, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
she's beyond poor. And she says, you're always good with the Thana family, even though we don't mean nothing.
The what family? The Finer family?
Thana.
Thana.
Yeah. And says, we don't mean nothing, but if you ever need a place to stay, to hide out, well, no one looks around here.
It never hurts to make an ally. The name's Viale.
She'll shake your hand.
What the fuck?
I say I appreciate it.
And we have a couple associates. Should we ever need to call on you, don't be surprised by the names Master Ricky Lightning or Brina or Taurus. They travel with us.
Anyone that just comes to your house and demands to go in probably is.
She
If
kind
they
of
look like they could kill you, don't mess with them.
yeah, she mentally catalogs into. All right, remember that.
And I assume we'll make small talk.
Yeah.
Maybe she offers us like a filthy cup of tea.
She
before
will.
we
She
leave.
yeah, she does. So she will be like, no, well, you have to have at least tea. And she goes over to a counter where there's a mug, and she does a thing where she tries to lift it, but it's stuck, so it goes like kunk, and like comes off the table. And she's like,
That's good.
I haven't been able to clean in a while. I've been bedridden.
That's fine. Did she say her name? Ms. Thana. That's fine. Don't trouble yourself. We're glad to see you healthy, and hopefully you can. You
We got a lot of work to do here. Goodbye.
Listen, you got a lot. You got to buy a vacuum, lady.
She says her name is Olivia.
Olivia.
Olivia Thana. Okay, so
And as
Say
we're
take care.
leaving, I want to like take a knee again and say probably specifically to Gavin and say, Gavin, what do you want to be when you grow up?
a cook.
A cook. Eh?
I want to be. I heard that there's an amazing restaurant underground that they serve the finest food in the world. I want to be a chef.
And do you know the name of this restaurant?
He thinks
Is
he's
it
like,
Silvers?
yeah, right. Silvers, that's the one.
Silvers. Well, I'll see if I can put in a good word for you.
Oh.
Be
There's
sure
a
to.
filthy boy upstairs.
There's this gross kid. He tried to rob me. You should trust him.
Yeah.
I say I'll try to put in a good word for you, but maybe I'll give him like an elbow to the ribs and say like maybe she can loan you a gold. You can buy some cooking supplies and you can make her dinner for someday.
I'll do that tonight.
Good lad.
I give a wag of the finger to the girl and I say, "You be good now."
Yes.
Look at this. This is fucking wholesome as fuck.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm good aligned. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
No, this is great. I love it because I'm gonna rub.
And then Olivia turns into a demon. So
Olivia's the Belshazzar from before.
the rest of you do make your way across the gap bridge from the city above to the dwarven stronghold, and they go through the routine of checking your passes. Everything seems fine, and you make your way. The doors open, these huge, massive stone doors, down to the elevator.
Down.
And down you go, and you want to go to the bulwark?
Down.
Yes.
To the bulwark.
Do. All
All right. So you do. You still have the keys that Droop gave you to the place. And you unlock the door, go inside, and it is quiet as usual here on the second level of the market stack. Besides, it's quiet inside. All the commotion outside is pretty crazy.
Is there anything particularly crazy going on, or is just the typical commotion?
Busy day. Just it's probably about like 2-3 o'clock, so it's just it's the after work rush.
Looking around the bulwark, like how much work do you think it would take to get the shop up and running?
So the shop up and running itself, not that much. It's not in disrepair or anything. It just needs to be dusted and cleaned. The forge itself would probably take like probably about like half a month to fully refit.
Yeah, you said 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, like 2-3 weeks. I talked to Taurus about this, that he has the skills to do it. He just needs to buy like metal plating and the right some actual like smith's tools and reforge the basin of the forge and the furnace. And in that case, it could be used as an active forge. So probably cleaning up the place, hanging a new shingle outside, all that shit. Probably 2 months.
Okay. Why don't we have the girl do it? She said she'd do anything.
She will point to the forge and just like she's like, I don't know how to do that.
I nod in agreement. I'm like, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, the forge. You're right. That's what you're gonna work on.
I pick up like a piece of like one of the like broken pieces of metal and I throw it out the window and I'm like, do that.
When you do that, when you throw the piece of metal, she almost instinctively reaches for a hand crossbow, fires at the metal,
fuck yeah,
and breaks it in half. The metal that she threw.
I
like this could be awful.
Nobody throw anything.
She points to the hand crossbow and then nods.
Yeah, and I give her a thumbs up and I'm like, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So this works out fine.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah. So I fucking make her a little bed.
Okay.
In the office room, I'm like, this is for ladies. This room's for ladies.
Okay.
And I set it down and put her to bed. I leave her in there. I'm like, go change, do what you gotta do in there. It's your room.
All right. She'll kind of look around and then just like stand by the door, like.
She's like, she's got it. She's got this. Yeah. I fucking while I'm there, I find a piece of twine, or use a piece of twine to make a little necklace with the whistle.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Very easily done.
Set that on my neck, and I just like look at it and roll it around. Does this look like a good whistle?
The strange thing is, it seems incredibly simple. It's just a little brass whistle.
Cool.
It's only like like yay big.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
This was very thin.
I'm interested in it.
Yeah. So the idea with that mechanically is that you can, if you play it near any worked stone, so any stone that has been worked by sentient beings' hands, you can make a door appear to Dracic's realm, if you will, in pretty much any size that the work stone will hold. So you can make it as big as the work stone is.
Mm-hmm. Can other people see it that aren't?
They can see when it's cast. There's a small like silvery outline that happens, but after that, it just looks like it's basically the effects of illusory terrain.
It's not like a cartoon hole.
Right. Exactly. Okay. It just looks. It still looks like the workstone wall. But if you know where it is, you can walk through it.
Okay. Fucking some Harry Potter shit in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah, some platform 9 3/4.
Yeah.
But yeah, the day is yours to do with what you will. It is probably at this point rounding around 5-6 o'clock at night.
Oh, I'm just reading about a thing. Sorry.
Do Bjorn and I show up back with them,
Yep.
barring any issue?
No, it's you show them your pass, you get down there without a problem.
Cool. I blah what happened if anyone asks.
Yeah, I'm like, aw.
Tell them that the Thana family, we can consider the Thana family allies should we need them. They're not of much coin, but good folks.
I'm like, great to have another ally against.
You broke up. Your mic just broke.
Oh, your mic cut out.
Great to have another ally.
Oh.
Oh, did he blue screen?
No, I mean.
Oh no, okay.
I said great, another ally in the. Hold.
Again, you cut out. Great to have another ally.
Army of Helm's Hold.
There
Yes.
we go.
Protect us.
I don't think they are good at fighting.
So we got Dracek, a bunch of poor people. And
And an old lady who's really bitchy.
You don't have her favor yet. You have to go.
That's true. We're getting
Yeah,
there. Tomorrow.
we need to go to this,
tomorrow. What a busy week we've had.
Oh, while we're down here, where are we staying? Are we at
And the store we own, probably.
Yeah.
Bulwark.
I want to find some opportunity to go over to Silver's and is it like a tavern or is it like a restaurant?
No, it is a fine restaurant.
Like a sit-down restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
The French guy, remember?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, you and I went
that's
there.
right.
It has the ridiculous menu that I took a long time to write.
Yes, yes. I mention. Do I recall how much a meal there would cost?
No, you didn't go. It was only Bjorn and I.
Well, you looked at the menu.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to tell them what the menu.
Yeah. I ask. How much would a meal at Silver's be?
So like they range between 12 gold a plate to 50 gold a plate.
Okay.
Whew.
I mentioned that. I guess I gestured to Bjorn and say the lad Gavin stated that he wished to become a cook, and I wonder if perhaps I could.
I heard.
No, I'm sorry. I'm gesturing to Bjorn, but talking to everyone else. I wonder if perhaps we may want to splurge and spoil ourselves with a meal at Silver's, and perhaps after turning over a good amount of silver, they may be receptive to a recommendation of a lad they could hire as a dishwasher.
And I kind of like do like a fucking like. I'm like, kid like that with fast hands like that, a cook? That's ridiculous.
He's smiling, good for thieving.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I raise an eyebrow. I arch an eyebrow and say, "Do you believe that fast hands can only be used for stealing, Master Lightning?"
I'm just saying, if you got the talent, use it.
Fast hands are actually very important in a restaurant environment.
Yeah. Well, not how Ricky sees it.
Well, Master Lightning, all the same, I believe it has been a job well done retrieving this cart for Master Dracek, and perhaps we should treat ourselves and have a nice meal before we head out tomorrow and see if we can retrieve whatever it was we were getting for Azian. I have it in my notes here, something underwater. We see the bird. We say someone prettier than me. What are we getting for her?
It's like a family.
Oh, her personal heritage documents. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we strike out to do that, probably tomorrow, perhaps we've earned a nice meal, and maybe we can talk Droop into, or I'm sorry, I wouldn't say Droop, I would say Master
Gaffas.
Master Gaffas into joining us, and maybe he'll have some sway there to get the young lad a job.
Family dinner.
A nice family dinner, Bjorn. Yes, exactly. Who's now? No, let me state that differently. I'm going. I welcome all of you to join me.
Yeah, no. Immediately, once I find out that Dove is actually trying to be a nice, beautiful boy, I tear up and I go and I hug him. And I'm like, my boy.
I give him an awkward.
I was very impressed by your generosity back there.
While I'm giving Ricky an sort of an awkward pat on the back, I say, "Yes, they're there." Bjorn, are you?
I'm like, should we invite Dracek? And I'm about to blow.
No. I like pull the whistle out of his hand with two fingers. We needn't call on Dracek for this, but
I'm a vegan.
but I'm not pushy about it.
I'll take a cup of vegetable soup.
Let's gather Master Gaffas and see if he wishes to join us. But maybe speaking of,
you do see
he materializes and kills us all.
He comes in. He actually. So you hear a knock on the door.
Who is it?
I don't answer the door.
Yeah.
I answer the door.
Oh.
It is in fact Master Gaffas, aka Droop, in his gnome form with his hat, his tricorner hat on.
I bow politely and say, "You know, you needn't knock on your own shop, Master Gaffas."
Says keeping up.
Or I say, Lord Gaffas.
I'm just keeping up appearances, my boy.
Ah, smart lad,
Yeah,
smart man. I'm trying to get the verbiage right. I don't know how to be like subservient and polite, but also like kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Full
My
of
lord,
myself.
it's probably.
Yeah,
Lord.
Yes, me lord. More work.
So he will come in and he says, "Oh, it's wonderful to see you all again. I hope that your meetings have gone well."
We killed a octopus man.
What?
I lean in like behind his ear like the guy in Veep, Buster from Arrested Development. I do like what he does. He's always like whispering in Julia Louis-Dreyfus's ear. You know what I'm talking about, Booj?
I don't watch Veep.
All right. Well, it's like I like lean in behind him and say quietly so no one else can hear, but hopefully so Droop can hear. Like he means we found an Illithid master.
Oh shit!
Well, it is not a concern. We dispatched it, but it is worthy of perhaps a discussion. We were thinking though, since we've appeased Drasic at this point and we brought back his weapons, we are to strike out tomorrow to try to retrieve Azian's documents. But for tonight, we were thinking of treating ourselves to a meal at Silver's. Would you care to join us?
Oh yes, I love Silvers, absolutely.
And I what happened with the kid and how we want to get him a job.
And he's like, "Good, you want points for that?"
He says,
look, if you want to pay for it, you're rich.
He says, "I'm very glad." He'll actually look to all of you and say, "I'm very glad that you're making headway on this. I really do think that we have a chance, as long as we have some allies in our pocket."
And I'm also curious if Drasic could perhaps give us some of those weapons. Would he be willing to part with them? Maybe you can speak with him? I didn't want to speak out of turn. I wasn't sure if maybe that would be inappropriate for me to request.
He says, "At this point, I believe he's probably knows you better than he knows me."
I see.
And
snap my fingers and say, "I guess I should have asked."
I say you could throw a fireball. We don't need makeshift guns. We don't need those.
And I gesture to Taurus, who's been strangely silent this whole time, and say, perhaps the dwarf could use a little magic kick, and I give him another elbow to the ribs.
So something that you would have kind of known during that whole time while you were, or that Brina would have known definitely with her fucking innate identity abilities, is that all that shit was non-magical. Like that was all mechanical. What was happening down there?
Yeah, I would still say he could use some magic help.
Yeah.
Again, just like putting down swords in favor of sorcery.
Those are for non-exceptional goons.
I wave my hand and say, yeah, well, whatever. Either way, the dwarf could perhaps benefit from having one.
He goes, and smokes his fucking pipe.
I want to swing big fucking swords like a man.
Yeah.
I want to kill the Chinese. They piss on my hand. No, they step on my hand and piss on my wall.
Okay.
Let's go
enough of Marley being racist.
Yeah.
We go to Silver's.
And Droop will actually look to you, Brina, and say, "Good, I actually have something that I'd like you to look over, perhaps over dinner." And from underneath the cabinet.
I also want to introduce Alessa to Mr. Gaffes.
Yeah. He'll actually say, one of Droop's, one of Drasic's.
Drasic's. Aye, Lord.
Is she? What is she?
I lean in and I say, she's mute, Lord. She's been mute since birth, but I've been communicating with her telepathically. She's on the up and up.
Very well.
And then I get loud again and say, and she is to work with us and assist us. She is a gift from Master Drasic, though. And I put my hand on her shoulder and say, though a person should not be a gift.
She will bow to Droop, and Droop will bow back. And he says, "But yes, let's head off. I'm famished." And he's holding now in his hand this large stack of vellum. It says something on it, but you're not sure yet. But you guys make your way. Would you like to get dressed in your best to go to Silver's?
God, yeah. Which is what I'm wearing now.
Which is what you're wearing. Actually,
which is a tattered robe.
Well, it looks.
I have a nice robe.
You do have a nice robe.
I have noble's clothes.
You freshen yourselves up. You head out to the market stack. The second you take the elevator up from where you are.
Wait, Silver's is in the upper city?
No, it's so the market district is in.
Elevator.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's 3 levels.
Yep. No, I gotcha.
Yeah, the Bulwark's on the first level. Silver's is on the second. And it's actually right across from Meditu's Armaments, the young dwarf lady that you had met earlier. And yes, the one that you didn't like. So it has a completely gaudy storefront. It is covered entirely in sterling silver, very high quality. And you go inside, and it's bustling in here. It is fucking. There's a band playing, with a harpist. It's very soothing. And yeah, there's a bit of a line, so you're gonna have to wait if you didn't have reservations.
Can I? I mean, I don't want to waste a bunch of time, but can I charisma my way into getting higher up the list, perchance?
Sure. Make a persuasion check.
I'm good at those. I'm not so good at that, but 16 might be good enough.
The maitre d' says, "Well, if you want, perhaps."
I say so, no. Can I maybe do this to color his mind and say like, we're with and I get like really close and pull him in. I'm like, we're with Lord Gaffes. He wanted a table, but we didn't have a chance to come here. He was busy making business, and you know how things are for the rich and powerful.
He says, "Yes, he is very rich," and he hands out his hand.
And yeah, and then I lean back. I'm like, but whatever you can do, we understand.
He will withdraw his hand, and he says, "It's about an hour wait." So yes, if you want to wait, you can wait. And eventually, you are host takes you over to your table, and you are waited on exquisitely. It is a fine meal. They bring you the menu. The waiter, and they're all dwarves here, by the way. Everyone that's working here.
Ooh.
Because this is you're in Mirabar Undercity, so of course that's how it goes.
The Thanas were all humans or dwarves or gnomes or what?
They were all
here.
They were all humans.
Humans. Okay.
What are they working with?
Would you use beer nuts?
No, beard nets.
Beer nets?
Yeah.
For a hairnet for your beard.
Oh, right. And he says, "Oh, all of our cooks are not allowed beards. It is."
I'm like, yeah, cool.
I do the thing that like a rich person would do in a movie, where like when he says that, I turn and look at the table and say, "Oh my, how quaint!"
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. Doors.
And you guys see laid out in front of you. You see plates of sterling silver on a table that is lined with sterling silver. And all of the chairs are these
and a tablecloth made of sterling silver.
Right. And all your chairs are these high-backed,
sterling silver
stone chairs made of stone with like just tons of pillows, like just kind of on them to make them a little more comfortable.
I wanna sit in between Mr. Gaffes and Ricky, and like at every opportunity just lean into Ricky and be like, "Now use the salad fork first."
Yes,
and,
you have an array of forks, and probably
and
none of
I'm
them
like,
know how to
I've pretended to be rich before.
Yeah,
I grabbed the correct fork.
You do.
Yeah.
I've pretended to be rich before. That's the name of this episode, Booge.
So
I've pretended to be rich before.
Yeah. So your waiter does come over, and he says, "On the menu today, gentlemen and lady," and he says, "Is
ladies."
roast-"
There's 2 ladies.
Oh, that's right. There is now. Oh, she came with you. You didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
She does. She's just like very awkwardly like sitting, just like darting her eyes around and everything.
She's like still got a crossbow on her back and like wearing a hood.
He says, on the menu today is roasted Mira river trout and barley brioche served with Switzel's port wine. We have poached goose with clove and dried peach compote served with Axe brand reserve dwarven whiskey. And, of course, our prize, the 24-ounce dry-aged Desert Valley Porterhouse served with Sword Ghost organic potatoes and a 1345 Cabernet from the Wizard of Wines.
Oh my, that sounds absolutely exquisite. Thank you, sir. We'll take a moment to review, if you could give us a few moments.
Right away. And you see another servant swoop in with this really wonderfully baked like brown bread kind of cut up and put into a basket. And he says,
Is it brown bread or ground bread?
Brown.
And I'm like, did you get more of this?
Ground bread.
Well, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know if maybe that was like a thing I don't know about, because like Booge knows a lot more about food than I do, but...
No, actually,
yeah, ground bread. That's a thing.
Splits it in 2 and takes the bigger half that he split, and then
yeah.
I also grab the other half and just jam it into my mouth.
The waiter looks around and says, "Oh, we'll bring more bread."
He's like, "You'll need more bread."
Yeah.
I give him a hearty smile and say, "Thank you, sir. My companions here are not used to such exquisite accommodations."
Oh, of course. Be right back. And so they leave. You have some complimentary wine on the table, and of course your glass of water. Several different glasses laid out. And Droop says, "Brina, I have been meaning to talk to you more about this. We talked about
I'm gonna piss.
the consolidation of our two companies. Yes."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He says, "I've been moving forward on it." And that he takes out this huge stack of papers that is like leather bound at the top and just kind of drops it on the table. It's like, and all the table's just like, you know.
Yeah.
He says, "The papers of incorporation. I've been working on them." And at the letterhead at the top, you see it says Nob Bimpton and Gaffis Industries. And he says, and actually, so he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, I didn't think of it. Would you like to take your maiden last name?"
Not. Oh, my maiden last name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? What a twist!
I don't. Yeah, I would.
And I'm like, you wouldn't honor one Jew?
Say, why would I?
And
Oh, good
he would say, "What is that?" But I'm sure you have to think about it. What it is.
Smith.
Smith. Okay.
Wow. How
gnomish.
yeah. Smith.
Smith. Sure. Family of Smiths. He says, "Smith." Okay. He says, "Well, most of the documentation still works legally the way that it should, so I can change up a couple things." And he says,
It should have been Gaffis, and he's like,
Gaffis and Gaffis.
oh my god.
It's a law firm. Gaffis and Gaffis.
But
So he'll say, "I'll have those changed up, the particulars." And he says, "And I don't want you to sign it right away." And he'll push it towards you and kind of put a pen on top. And he says, "I want you to take your time, read it, sign it whenever you're ready."
I fucking slap on my goggles.
Yeah.
And I sort of like cross my legs and sit back and just start reading.
Okay. It is long and litigious. It is. There's so much about, the attendee incorporated here shall and will not within there, therefore, like very legalese, a lot of it. And there's nothing, like, just in your initial perusal that isn't seem to be anything kind of skeezy about it. There's nothing like he's fucking you over. There's some things that, like, the recipe for Swift Step would be made company property, not personal property, and so would the process for Sword Coast organic potatoes. The actual process would become known to the board of trustees, not just the individual. There would no longer be secret recipe.
It's like Coca-Cola, 2 people on the plane.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole fucking thing.
And it does talk about, the rights and expanding. And there is a part that does say that if one of you should die, the other will take complete control over what would become Smith and Gaffis Industries, and would be the sole shareholder of the equity therein.
Great.
Okay, but he does say, "No rush. Take your time. Think about it. But we should eat well and get drunk, I think."
Here, here.
So, what would you guys like to eat?
I'm gonna go with the trout.
The trout. Okay, that's 14 gold. Trout is 14 gold.
Seems reasonable. Sounds good.
Anyone else?
I'll say I'll take the biggest plate of meat you have.
He says, "Oh, that would be the Desert Valley Porterhouse. It's 24 ounces of dry-aged beef."
Fuck.
I say great. Sounds good.
All right, that would be 50 gold.
50 gold.
Yes, sir.
Sounds reasonable.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. I get the steak as well.
Take another 50 from you.
Mm-hmm.
Once I hear Brina order the steak, I do exactly what I would actually do in this situation at a restaurant and say, "Oh, well, that's what I was going to order. Now I have to pick something else."
Oh, God. You would do that. You would. I've never eaten with you, but Jesus, you would do that.
No, that's me in a nutshell.
Split that. You and
Yeah.
I'm
the person that says, "I didn't."
Split it. It's that I don't want to seem like a fucking chump. Order the same thing that everybody that I'm with orders.
I like ordering what other people get because I'm like, "Oh, good. I don't have to make up my mind anymore. I'll just get what you got." Sounds
I
good.
want to see the world burn out. I want what they have.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I blah the other thing. Something
The
else. that
poached
sounded
goose
like,
with clove and
Yeah.
dried peach compote.
that one. Yep.
all right.
All right, that one is 20 gold.
All right.
Pricey meal.
Taurus says, "I want I'm gonna eat light, and a big.
Yeah, Taurus orders like a mutton chop.
Yeah, he orders like chicken
He
fingers.
like tries to get fried. Yeah, exactly.
But he also orders 9 beers.
Right. And they're like, well,
What is a chicken finger?
The
Yeah,
fingers
well,
of a chicken.
actually about the beer, they're like, I think we may have some reserve ale downstairs. I have to
No,
check.
you're gonna want to just get me the normal stuff.
It's $12 a glass, and it's on
Right,
draft.
Yeah. So his weird
It's
order
just like
ends up-
living in Brooklyn, guys.
Yeah, it's you're living in Brooklyn here. This would just
Underground
be a bowl of ramen,
Brooklyn.
usually.
Chicken nuggets and 9 beers.
So his
Feel
weird
it.
order comes to about 15 gold once he figures it out. Okay, so
Once we get our drinks and our food, I want to raise a toast and say to new friends and to new missions or what would I say? New work.
Yeah. To new adventure. To adventure with new friends.
I put my feet up on the table and just grab the steak with my hands and start taking bites out of it like a caveman.
I try to do the thing where it's like no, don't put it down and you gotta fork it.
There's
No,
a-
Ricky,
there's a-
you gotta no. It's
there's a fat
Alessa, that's-
dwarven woman behind you, Bjorn, who looks at you and goes, oh, and kind of like
Faints.
faint-
I
Well, I never.
Yeah, you turn into a gorilla, turn into a monkey, turn into
but nonetheless, even though you're eating it with your hands, it is probably the best piece of meat you've ever had in your life. Like, it is succulent. It is cooked perfectly.
Booch, how is the fish?
Amazing. Oh, the fish is wonderful. Actually, they carve it at tableside. So
Ooh.
they bring it over with it is caked in salt. They bake it in salt, and then they bring that whole thing out on a tray, crack the salt open.
Booch,
and
now
they-
you're just showing off.
and
but
then
please keep going.
They take a knife and just move it right under the skin, and then pull out very expertly the spine and deliver with you the perfectly white, incredibly juicy fillet of Murar river trout, and it's served with a piping hot, fresh barley brioche bun.
I'm sitting here eating red grapes and drinking Budweiser beer, and you're like making me hungry. I'm like, fuck, that sounds good.
They actually, so Bjorn, this is funny because as soon as they bring it, you start doing that, and they're like, they look confused because this comes with a wine, so they
Yeah.
they do the thing where they pour just a little bit of the wine, and they're waiting for you to accept.
To like sniff it.
Yeah,
I just like pick up the wine and look at it, and then I like put it down and continue eating.
they look a little confused, and then
This
The
is
other-
the
one of the
best
other-
session ever.
the maitre d's like, just pour the glass. And like,
He's like waiting for like a while. Oh my god, I imagine the pepper guy comes and she fucking puts him in a chokehold.
yeah.
He's like,
What kind of weapon is this? Are you from the Zentarum?
I'll pull the maitre d aside, probably like near in between me and Mr. Gaffis, and say, as I said, my companions are not used to such exquisite accommodations. The wine is fantastic, though, I must say, and I'll slide him a couple gold pieces.
Right as you say that, what's his name? Fucking Taurus finishes his first drink and smashes the glass on the ground. And he's
I
like,
figured he would belch loudly. Like, another.
Yeah, this is definitely getting the attention of the people around, and like the maitre d like looks back at that and then back to you, Dove, and he's like, as long as you pay well. And like,
How much do I think it would cost to buy everyone here a drink?
oh, probably like 50 gold.
Fuck.
Whatever.
Oh,
you're
the
fucking
whole
loose cannon.
restaurant.
Yeah, the whole restaurant.
Oh, that like 150, 200 bucks.
All right, never mind. That's way too much.
Yeah.
I guess as we're drinking,
if you're buying what they're drinking.
as we're drinking, I fucking kind of lean into I was gonna say about the seating. It sounds like Dove's in the way, but I like kind of like lean over Dove, so I'm like in Dove's lap talking to what's his name, little boy
Droop.
and
Little
I'm like,
boy.
so how do you know Drazek? You and Drazek meet up?
He will say, well, I was actually contacted by him. Seemed strange at the time, but he knew that the trouble that I was having with my agricultural business, the effect that Helm's Horde and like as he says Helm's Horde, he realizes he's kind of speaking at normal volume. He's like, the effect that Helmshord and Shuloth might have had upon my profits, and he stepped in offering an information network, possible ties to our enemy.
And I appreciate it.
Yes.
And if I can lean back.
He says, I didn't know much about him. He's fucking...
But you know enough to call him
creepy.
friend?
No, I mean...
And I'm
no.
like, yeah, creepy, mysterious.
Yeah.
After probably having too many glasses of wine, maybe like not too many, but like, half a glass too many. I say like, oh, you knew not to call him friend. And then I turn and look at everybody else at the table and say, and yet you sent us into the lion's den. And I laugh and slap my knee heartily.
Gaffis, who is metering himself, he's not drinking too much. He says,
"Oh, I definitely am. I'm 19. I'm drinking too much."
He says, "I thought it was worth the chance." He says,
"Again, I laugh
he'll raise a
heartily and
toast,
say,
and there's
of
been
course it was
one of many toasts of this night." And he says, "But what is the Droop Troop but not chance takers, risk takers, right?"
Hear, hear!
Oh
and I
my
stand up and say it like a little too loud, and then like look around the whole restaurant, looking at everybody, and then I sit down. I'm like, hear, hear.
Yeah.
I'm like, we killed a vampire. I forgot. Like slap the table.
I give Ricky like a really warm like arm around the shoulder and say, "We killed 2 vampires."
I'm like,
Master
oh my
Lady."
god, you are so cool.
Yeah.
I killed a bunch of innocent people
Like,
by mistake.
I'm like, yeah, it was a mistake.
So by this point in the night, you guys have had several rounds over. You finished your dinner and you've just been like sitting there drinking, and they're trying to get you out of here as quickly as possible. Like as soon as your last bite of dinner was done, out came the dessert tray. You know, like, and they're like, "Would you like something?" No, okay. Well, can I bring you your check? Like,
Check? What is this check?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, Bjorn, go hunt something, cook it.
yeah.
At some point, I wanna lean into Mr. Gaffis and maybe try to persuade him and say, this druid, this monk, they're certainly not of high coin. Perhaps you may want to loosen your purse strings tonight, Lord.
Right.
And he says, and
of course, I'm probably drunk, so maybe this would be like
Yeah.
a disadvantage or something.
yeah, you want it. He will not. It does not take a persuasion, but he says he looks to Brina and he says, "Soon to be art purse strings, I do hope." He says, "Write it off as a business expense," and he tosses a bag of gold onto the middle of the table.
We're all like, huzzah!
Yeah.
Again, I raise a glass, but I don't like stand up and yell this time, and I just say, "Here, here."
I raised my steak.
The stakes are raised. All right. So a night of merriment and too much drinking is had, and you can tell that like there's like the owners and the maitre d' are always just like constantly bickering at you. At some point, you probably hear like the owner say, "They're spending a lot of fucking money, so who cares?"
Yeah. I before we leave, I do want to slap down like 40 or 50 gold, and I'll take it out of like my own personal thing. And like before we leave, I say to the maitre d', I'm like, for putting up with us.
We can be
as we leave. So I give him like a generous tip.
Yeah, and he says, "Well, you were a handful, but you'll be welcome back anytime. Just bring your purse."
I give him a slap on the shoulder, like a slap on the back, and say, nothing wrong with having a little too much fun, is there, lad? Of course, he's like older than me, and I'm like speaking out of turn by calling him lad.
But he puts up with it because you guys spent a lot of money.
Cast my new meteors and shoot them out all the windows.
All right, so you stumble out of Silvers.
So
Not sure what time. Not
guess,
sure what time it is because there's sunlight.
As we're casually walking back, I'm kind of like sticking around Dove, and when we're like kind of a minute alone, I'm like, still kind of drunk. I'm like, who you calling a monk? I've always been a fucking thief. And then I do like a little kind of graceful twirl away from him.
Oh, are you a thief then? I thought you were a monk. That's why you're dressed so poorly.
And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm a thief.
Well then, I will be sure not to make the mistake again, Master Thief.
And I'm like, it's Ricky.
Oh, Ricky, is it? Well, then call me Viale.
I'm like, sure, Dove. I'll keep walking.
I'm just like looking at everyone like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Because I don't drink.
You're like meat drunk.
Oh, that's the best. You looked at it. You're,
Yeah.
You're like, these poor grapes.
These grapes really suffered a lot.
I'm a vegan, but also I don't eat any plants because
gigantic
plants.
steak.
As you eat your huge chunk of beef, yeah.
I assume he would ask a bunch of questions like, was it farm fed and is it farm to table?
Yes, this came from the Desert Valley.
I of course thank the
Chef,
animal who provided the steak.
recommends that you rub the garlic on your nose and then put the rosemary on top of the steak and the
cow
lemon
actually
2 feet away from you.
I say, can I meet
Someone
the
will-
cow that gave me this steak?
Unfortunately,
Someone
not.
will be along momentarily to cast Speak with Animals. You can speak to your piece of meat before eating it.
that is the next step in that.
Revivify it, and then it's like, woo!
All right, so you guys stumble out into the thoroughfare. Would you like to sleep the night?
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep it off.
Yes, please.
I mean, maybe I'm interjecting too much, but maybe Taurus says like another round. He's like sober as Jaybird, and he says like, let's go to like the seediest dive bar nearby and have
Taurus
another
goes to
drink.
the CDF dive
He
bar.
does the
For
thing that Kyle does every time we go out, where like when we're already really drunk, Kyle decides we need to go to a different bar and have another.
You
drink.
have to. That's how that works.
Yeah, that's what
Going
Taurus
out.
does.
So yeah, he heads off to the Maiden and Tankard.
I'll go with him.
The second level of the market district.
I'll
It's
go just
seedy.
to make sure they don't
It
get
is
into any trouble.
drunk as fuck.
Probably wise.
Yeah, it is just a. It's busy there, and all the workers are now, and they're getting tanked. So he can spend his time there if he wants.
Yeah.
I'll go and like tie off another one. Or I hang with Taurus like as long as he hangs, and then just wind up being like really sick the next day.
Sure.
All right. I also just out of character. So let's.
You what? You
I
cut
have
out.
to go to bed at 11:30.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So you spend the night, or Taurus spends the night with his people. Dove, it's a little. You get kind of knocked around a little bit. There's kind of a heavier band playing there that night. So your thin little, your lithe body gets a little knocked around. But you all take a drunken sleep wherever you find yourself.
Wherever you lay your head.
All right.
Wherever your head gets laid.
And assumedly the morning comes to you. You can't be sure, once again. It's very disorienting sleeping down here.
Probably the first thing that I do in the morning is throw up and feel really terrible. The second thing I do in the morning is go back to Silver's and try to find either the maitre d' or the owner or someone who would recognize us.
The maitre d' does. It's the same guy, and he's like, back for seconds already.
No, I'm like holding my forehead. I'm like, no, I forgot my place last night. I came here because I met a lad in the upper city, and hear me out here, but his mother is very sick. My druid friend tended to her. She's well now, but the lad has a dream of becoming a cook, and he spoke specifically of Silver's. He's heard legends, and he wishes only for a chance. I know not of his abilities. I know not of his training, but I would ask that if nothing else, you would give him a chance. His name is Gavin Thana, and if you give him a chance to even clean dishes and let him work his way up, I'm sure that he would be an honest lad and make his coin as you would give it to him.
So the maitre d' kind of like looks at you
And
a little
I'll
strangely.
do persuasion or
Well,
whatever.
he will say, he's like, Artem! Kind of yelling back, and they're actually not open yet. It's too early. But he does call back into the kitchen, and you see this absolutely muscle-bound female dwarf wearing a chef's jacket come out from the back, wielding a cleaver, a butcher's cleaver in one hand, covered in blood. She says, yeah. Here's the real big bad guy. and she's
Donald
like
Trump of our campaign.
she has a rag, and she's wiping off the cleaver. She says, "What is it?" And you kind of tell her the same thing, and you learn that she is the head chef here. So I'd like you to make a persuasion check for her.
Sure. One moment.
This is so exciting. Roll.
Roll for employment.
You win.
If only
Charm
that
person.
easy.
You want a charm person?
Oh yeah. Because the way I see it is like, even if she knows I charmed her, she'll still be like, buddy made a good point. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, she'll be like,
so-
she'll attack you with the fucking cleave.
DC 16
Cut your
save
ear
and throw.
DC 16. She will fail with a 15.
Great. And you know, I'm gonna, and then I'll make this with advantage.
Yeah.
For the perception, or
Oh.
persuasion, rather.
Persuasion, sure. Yeah.
All right.
25. Yeah. She rolled a 1 on her insight, so it didn't matter anyway.
All right.
And she says, well, you can come on here on a work permit to see if he's any good. Says, obviously humans are not allowed to stay down here permanently unless they have a work visa. And she says, we can try him out. I'll put him on dishes, see how well he does. If it doesn't make him, she'll say like something like, if it doesn't fucking break his spirit, might move him to the line or prep. See how he does.
All I ask is that you give him a chance. He's a good lad, and he cares for his family, and I believe that he deserves an opportunity in this life.
He never robbed me, which makes him
She'll say like, come back here, and she'll bring you back into the back kitchen where there are just a bunch of doors just flying through vegetable prep. You know, like just mincing up
Chopping
onions,
onions.
making stock. There's like huge boiling cauldrons of stock in the back and all that stuff. And she
a
goes
kitchen
into
during the day. That's
exactly, yeah. Getting ready for the rush. And she takes you to her office, and she will kind of make a formal temporary work permit. And like she asks the name, and you give it to her, and he's like, "Give this to him next time you see him. He'll be able to make it through." And we'll work out.
Yay! We did a good thing for people.
Yeah, for what? I killed a bunch of
selfless
innocent
thing.
people, but also I got a guy a job. So it almost balances out. What's her name?
This is Artem.
Blah. Okay.
Artem Brittle Axe.
And you know, I shake her hand, I introduce myself, and you know, I tell her
Yada, yada,
respect,
yada.
and
Yeah.
you know, still have a pounding headache, and tell her that the food was
You're
fantastic.
like, can I
and-
use your sink so I can?
She'll actually, so while she's still charmed and all that, she will like, you're like, oh, the food's fantastic, and she's like, oh, try this, and she offers you like this shot of a new whiskey that they're trying to use.
And you puke immediately.
Yeah.
The hair of the dog.
Yeah. All right. So, with all that over, would you all like your intention was to go to the mines?
Sunken Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
going to the water
So you do
temple.
know Asian gave you directions to the Korzak mine. It's located in
Oh,
the miners.
I thought. Okay, I missed when you said I thought you said Asian debut.
Nope.
But,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
now I get it.
I say it all the
Asian
time.
Yeah, it's an Asian debut.
She gave you directions to where the Korzak mine entrance is. It is in the miners' burrow, which is in the north of the city. So you can head there if you'd like.
Let's head on
I think we have a
over.
bit of business to discuss. I think I've got some gold now, and if that lance is still for sale, I think that may
Oh,
be...
the lightning.
I don't have enough for myself, but I have a bit, and I'm willing to make a...
I say, how much do you need?
I believe last time it was
I need like
700.
1,600 gold.
No, it was 700.
Well, I can find out.
And I have 280. So it's a permanent spell slot for anyone that uses it.
That was Morden's, yeah. That was
Yeah.
Morden's. That was
mine is,
that was 700 even. For that.
Yeah.
700.
Yep.
I can't afford that.
So Kyle, you just want it like for the party, basically?
Yeah. I mean, anyone can throw it. Lightning bolt spell.
Is javelin a dex weapon?
Yeah. I mean, I can buy Master Lightning, you already owe me 30 gold still.
I fucking give you the 30 gold and say, there you go.
Now give me 700 gold.
Yeah. And I
Now I
fucking-
paid you back. Now you can give me gold.
I look quaint. I hand you the 30, and I'm like, it's Ricky Lightning.
Dylan, a
Thanks.
javelin is not a finesse weapon.
I'm gonna go and buy the javelin, and I will hold on to it. I don't know who else would use it.
I give you 200 gold.
You're gonna give me 200 gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You want to go buy the javelin?
Yeah, hang on 2 seconds. Let me do the math so I can make sure I have the 100 gold.
So I will say this
I'm gonna-
for
if we're-
verisimilitude. The javelin was being sold at Moradin's stockpile, who were owned by racists who hate dwarves, that hate gnomes.
Yeah,
So we might not sell it to you.
Yeah,
I wanna like
Centaurus.
when I hear them going, I'm gonna like, let me go, let me buy it, let me negotiate the purchase. This is my shtick. This is what I do.
Try to not.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
Try not to make them it cost more. Maybe we should send Taurus.
That's fine, but I try to persuade Ricky to say like, yeah, I'm really good at this.
And I'm like, you want me to say I'm good at this?
No, I'm really good at this. Me.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I'm just like, don't make them
Don't
mad.
make it cost more.
Yeah, don't make it
Don't
cost.
fuck up. Please.
That's a pro tip. You never want to pay more than the asking price.
Don't cast friends on them.
Oh no, I would never. I'll
All right,
cast
I
charm
fucking
person,
give
but-
you my gold, so whatever.
Yeah,
What?
I got it all figured out.
And I say, no one throw it off a cliff. It's retrievable, but only if you can retrieve it.
I was gonna burn it. That's a great idea, though. Don't burn it. Where do you
Right,
come up with these
so-
ideas?
Dove, you
Do-
want to go to the store?
Yeah. Do you want to just blah the role playing and get to the dice
Yeah,
rolls?
sure. Yeah.
Don't
So
do
they're selling it for 700.
I'll cast
They're
guidance.
not racist against humans, so
Cool. I will also charm person.
you're gonna charm person on them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
But
DC 16 wisdom save.
You know that magic is not allowed.
Oh wait, no, that's right.
What
We're
are
in
you
the
doing?
yeah. No,
Oh,
never mind.
fuck.
Never mind. Sorry.
what are you
I
guys
forgot.
fucking doing?
This is hang on. This is drunk Brandon making a mistake. This is
Yeah.
drunk Brandon making a
Yeah,
mistake.
I do
Dove
not
knows
cast
that.
guidance.
Yeah, you guys
Uh,
here.
None of that. We don't cast any of the things. I'm just gonna talk a good line of bullshit, make a persuasion check, and unfortunate.
What's the price you were asking?
I'm asking, is there any way maybe you could cut 50 gold off that price?
700.
I assume that I know like the extent of my own abilities. I'm like, yeah, this isn't happening.
Yeah.
Not against this guy. No.
I'll throw him the gold.
All right. So
700.
yeah. So he has someone else go and take it off the wall, and it is a golden lightning bolt shaped javelin, and it is yours.
Yay.
All right. So you reconvene.
I forgot about the whole like magic is illegal thing.
Oh yeah. I actually forgot about it too when you cast charm person the last time.
Let's just say that I spent a sorcery
She-
point so that it was subtle spell, and
Yeah, she
nobody
failed
knows.
anyway, so it's all good. Okay, so you go to the Miner's Burrow. You start passing. You go to the north, and it's all these really nice places that real nice storefronts. You can see names, things like Ruby Smith and Slate Cutter and Soul Forge and Stonesmith. These prestigious dwarven last names across the mines that they own. These are the entrances to the mines that all the families own. And you go to where eventually Ozian told you where it is, and past all the nice warehouse fronts. There's one that's completely run down. There's a completely rundown warehouse built into the rock, and there's no nameplate. When you walk inside, there's walls covered with pickaxes and general equipment, but they're so covered in dust and cobwebs that it's kind of even hard to make out what they are. There are a few mining carts in the center of the room in the same condition, just covered in cobwebs and kind of rusted over, and it's really dim in here. Yeah, you can see that sitting at a table in this room, in the corner is a young dwarf male, and he seems to have his feet kicked up, and his nose is kind of shoved in a book, and he doesn't seem to notice you. There's just a small lantern on the table by him.
What? Okay.
What'd you say, Pete?
Nothing. Nothing.
I thought we were going to a temple of Moradin.
It's in the mines.
The temple is in the mines?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
A flooded thing, or is it just underwater?
It's a flood. It's underwater.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, this is like from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and
she
I'm
mentioned
always
to you
drunk when
that
we
a lot
play
of people
D&D.
used to worship this one priest, but
Yeah.
then the magic was seen as heretic, so the Council of Sparkling Swords flooded the Korzak mine that it was placed in. So the flooded temple is in the mines. The Korzak clan's mines.
What was the lady's name? I have it written.
Asian Korzak.
Asian.
So I'm like, Asian.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
The dwarf male goes, "Ah!" And like throws his book, and he's like, "Oh, you scared me. Oh, you're the ones here Asian was sending for.
Aye, Master Dwarf.
Okay, well, and he doesn't even have that much of a beard. He seems like he's a youngish guy. He gets up and he says, he takes the little candle in its holder and he says, "This way." And he will lead you into a back room. This looks like it was once a staging area for miners that would mine this mine. You can see
Staging area for miners who would mine the mine.
Yeah. You can see that there are lockers and benches covered in cobwebs and dust. There's pieces of mine track laying around that lead towards a gated elevator in the back made of a rusted iron. And the dwarf will walk over to this old lever and pull it. And you see the gate rise up. And you see an elevator platform very similar to some of the other ones you've seen, but in a lot more disrepair. And he says, "Down there."
Great.
I go down there.
Let's go underwater.
He says, "Not immediately."
I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, good to have a guard like you out here protecting us.
I don't get paid very much. I was supposed to tell you where to go, and that's it.
Oh God. Okay, well, good day.
Up
All
on
right.
in. I scoot my fucking motorcycle onto the
It's a big platform, and there's mine track on it, so it seems like you could bring mine carts up or down here. So your guy fits well. And you can see him through the crosshatch. Just say, "Good luck."
I'm like,
And after several minutes of a rickety and panic-inducing ride down the shaft, the elevator lands with a clunk. You are assaulted by the smell of humid mold. You stand in a large square room that must have once served as a staging room for mining operations. There are a dozen or more rusty mine carts strewn about, piles of moldy boxes, wooden pickaxes, and gold sieves lying around. In the center of the room, there are two large circular turntables with tracks still on them. There are mine tracks leading off to 3 shafts to the north, 2 of which seem completely caved in. To the west and east, there are braced hallways that lead beyond your sight. And that's where we'll end
Oh,
tonight's
come
session.
on.
whoa.
All right.
Whoa.
Yay.
Fuck.